Hi, Janis Hobbs. So I'll talk you through what's coming up on today's show. At 8 o'clock is Playtime Prints. So we've got a premiere, a launch of some brand new fabrics in this hour. Really excited to show you those in a moment. Then at 9 o'clock, Janis is on the show. We're doing Tilda Softies. So we've got a really lovely set of Skittles and an elephant toy as well. Then at 10 o'clock, the perfect purses return. We've managed to get them back in stock, so we've got those in for you again today. The purse kits, which sold out in a flash last time. And at 11 o'clock, Janis is back, and we're doing so useful storage. So we've got a really great storage caddy, which actually you can see here. I can just show you that now. So this is the caddy that we'll be making at 11. These are the lovely Skittles and little elephant toy, which is perfect for a little present for maybe a grandchild or a child, which we're making at 9 o'clock. But in this hour, as I mentioned, we've got a launch of some brand new fabrics. These are a linen style fabric, so they've got a canvas feel to them, really gorgeous prints, perfect for some children's projects. So what I'll do is I'll go over and, well, let's show you those now. So we'll head over. Oh, this is so exciting. I love these. I'll show you. I don't know which one to start with. Let's go for, look, I've got 4 different options. So all of these today are being cut to measure. They're cut for you. So they're sold by half-metre increments. Now, we instead of bundling them with the solids, we've left these so that you can order as much or as little as you want as they're cut off the bolt. So rather than limiting you to having, say, half a metre with your Spectrum solids, we're allowing you the freedom to buy whichever quantity you require. So I'm going to start with, let's go for dinosaurs. So we've got these gorgeous, the lovely thing about these, all of them are on an OT sort of background. It's a canvas style fabric. You've got a woven look to it. It's much thicker than just a regular cotton, much more durable. But isn't this gorgeous? You've got those lovely dinosaurs there. The perfect fit maybe for home furnishings, for cushions, for blinds, toy boxes, storage options, all different things. Just lovely for maybe a grandson or something like that. Or a book bag for school. You've got that real thickness to this fabric. Really, really lovely. So I'll just hold that up so you can see. So this is being sold by the half metre. It's $4.95 per half metre, which is a great price. And also, it's brand new on today's show. Now, I will just have to tell you, we are quite limited on the stock of all of these. We would like to have a lot more than we've got. So if you do like it, just add it to your basket. Make sure you check it out and go all the way through to the end, just because I don't want you to miss out. I'll show you the fabrics first, and then I'll talk you through the websites or how you can do that. So that's the dinosaurs, option 1. Let's have a look at number 2. This is the girly option. So this is all about princesses and unicorns. I'm going to open this out so you can see a little bit more. Oh, I love it. That, to me, would just look absolutely gorgeous as curtains in a little girl's bedroom. Perhaps a bean bag, that would be fab. That would look really lovely. But you can see there all those pinks and lilacs and purples, your crowns and castles, and those cute little unicorns as well. So that's the linen princess fabric. Again, only $4.95, sold again by the half metre. So that's your option perhaps for a project for a little girl. And then we've got the crocodiles. So another option here for you with the green theme working really beautifully with those OT natural colours. Now, the background of all of these fabrics, if you look really closely at it, it's almost like sand under a microscope. You've got a real texture to it. It's got a woven look, really. It's like a linen. So you can see these gorgeous little crocodiles, 2 different colourways. You've got the slightly lighter, bright green there, and then a darker sort of tree or grass green. So they look like very friendly crocodiles, don't they? They're all smiling, they're all having a lovely time. Now, all of these fabrics are 80% cotton and 20% polyester, but they really do have a thickness to them. Lots of strength, perfect if you were making perhaps a bag that's going to have heavy items in it, or a storage option, bags to hang on hooks on the wall. That would be really perfect. This would be great for a school bag or even a lunchbox, something like that. And how lovely to take something to school that's been custom made for you. So that's your crocodiles, linen snappy croc. I love the names as well. And then this one is a really playful print. This is all about your, you've got your diggers and your cars and some different tools and sort of car signs in this one. So this one's actually called linen diggers. You can see here you've got these really bright oranges, blues, your reds. A really playful print, particularly with these lovely diggers. And you could even fussy cut these and add them, you know, if you're mixing them with some plain fabrics, your solids, you could applique those on. Really, really lovely. So that one again, £4.95 per half metre. That's your linen diggers. So I've just quickly gone through those there so you can see which ones we've got in today's show. So there's the diggers, the crocodiles, the princesses and the dinosaurs. So talking about how you can buy those fabrics, if you want to head to the website, you can go to sewingquarter.com. Just underneath the live feed there, which you can just see that digger fabric that's on the live feed at the moment. Underneath that, there will be, if you go to the watch tab, then underneath there you can buy online. So there's a whole, well, first of all, there's that message the studio box. So if you want to get in touch, you can drop us a message there. Say hello. Maybe you've got a question about the fabric, a question for Janis this morning. Or let us know what projects you're making over the weekend, or if you've got any inspiration for what you might use this fabric for. So you can, oh, we've got a little glitch there on the system, but you can message us on that message the studio box, or you can email us studio@sewingquarter.com, and you can send photos as well if you do that. So if you just attach a picture, say if you're okay for us to share it, just let us know and we can share it on the show. Now underneath all of that, I think there's been a bit of a technical error there, but underneath that message the studio box, it acts as a shopping list. So everything that's gone through on this morning's hours will all be there for you to add to your basket. And once you've popped it in your basket, just make sure that you check out all the way through to the end to ensure that you've actually bought it. It's not guaranteed as yours until you've finished that process. So I'll just show you, you can see there, so we've got those lovely 4 different linen print fabrics. And as we go through the programme today, more products will be added to that basket there. Now also, the other thing to remember is you're only going to pay one lot of postage and packaging per day, and that's something that's quite unique to Sewing Quarter. It's £2.95, it's capped at that. So if you added these fabrics in this show and then you saw something later on that you wanted to add, you won't be charged twice, you'll only be charged that one set of postage and packaging. So, I'll show you this diggers again. Let's have a look at this one. So this is, you can see these lovely, the more you look, the more you see with this one. There's lots of different designs. So you've got here like your spades, you've got your stop signs, you've got traffic cones, all different tools and sort of, you know, don't wear your hard hats inside, different symbols and things like that. You've got a screwdriver there and different road barriers, so really perfect. You could even make perhaps a storage caddy if you've got a child or a grandson that perhaps plays with a lot of toy cars. This would be really perfect. You could make a car storage caddy, or you could use this. We were actually talking this morning, if you wanted to be really creative, you could create a really cool wigwam out of this fabric, because you've got that thickness to it, either for the garden or even for a bedroom would be really lovely. I'd like a den or something like that would be a really cool place to play, particularly in these really playful prints. So, all these are selling quickly already. We've already had Doris has bought the digger fabric, and Jackie. So all of those orders are flying in. If you do like them, as I said, we've got limited stock. So just make sure that you add those to your basket. So we're not just bringing you the printed fabrics this morning, we've also teamed up some beautiful complementary solids to go with these, if you wanted to use them for bias binding, if you're creating a bag and you wanted to insert a pocket with a lining or a cushion and the backing for that. So as I said earlier, rather than bundling these all together, these are being cut to measure this morning. You can order as much or as little as you want by the half metre, but the solids are in bundles. So I'll show you those. I'm just going to lay those there. Keep them so you can see. So let's start with this one here, which is actually, this is to go with the diggers. So this colour palette has been teamed to go with that digger fabric. So you're getting 3 half-metre cuts here, so 1.5 metres of fabric in total. These are Spectrum solids from Macawa. So you can see there you've got that lovely mustardy yellow. Now I can just show you here how that's picking out the yellow in the digger fabric. So you can see there, the bundle is the solid, the diggers is separate, but you've got that lovely mustard yellow that's picked out in the digger. just teaming that there with the mustard. Then you can also see creeping in behind, you've got that grey, which again is working really well with the colour picked out in the tools. And you're getting all three in the bundle. So we've also got this lovely peachy orange, which you can see there, just working with your different diggers and the lovely sort of red and orange tones coming through. So that solid, it also, that peachy one also looks really lovely with the background fabric, you know, with those lovely natural neutral tones. Bringing in the different solids, just highlighting different colours within the pattern itself. So that one there is the mellow yellow bundle, 3 half-metre cuts, your mustard, your grey and your peach. FTGC10 is your item number for that, and that's £9.45. So the next one we've got, let's go for green. This one's been teamed up to go with the crocodile print fabric. So it's 3 different green options. You've got a lovely dark forest green to start with, which I'll show you here. So again, this is £9.45 for the bundle, 3 half-metre cuts. You've got that gorgeous deep forest green, a really rich green there, which works really beautifully with the crocodiles. You can just see that there. So that's your dark green. Then we've also got a lovely bright lime green, which picks out the, this is your citrus green, which picks out that slightly lighter crocodile that you can see there in the different colourway. So that's your nice bright option. And then you've got your third green, which is your pistachio. So that one there, a really close match to the other crocodile print. So you've got your 3 different greens, like a rainbow. We've had lots of compliments actually on with our Spectrum solids. These are all from Macau. They're 100% cotton, and we get a lot of compliments on them just because the colour collections that we put together in bundles for you. What we're doing there is we're taking the hard work out of it because we've really teamed the colours to match perfectly. So they're 112 centimetres wide, and then you're getting a half-metre of that. So in this particular bundle, it's 1.5 metres in total with your 3 different colours. So ZTGC30 is your code for that one. So that's your green option. So your next one, let's go for the princesses. Let's change it up a bit. This is just so girly and girly. I'd have loved it. Well, I love it now. I was going to say I'd have loved it when I was a child, but I still like it. So this colour option here with the Spectrum solids, again, that beautiful colour palette working really well. You've got your pinks and purples. So I'll start here with this lovely lilac. I'll just open that up so you can see. Picked up with the crowns on the lovely princess and on your trees as well. Isn't that lovely circle design of the tree really gorgeous? It's really simple but very effective. I like that a lot. Then you've got your mauve mist. This one's mauve mist. Then you've also got your real purple. So this is a lovely dark, sort of a royal complementary purple there. And you can see just creeping in at the bottom, we've got that candy floss pink. A really lovely bright pink there. Just trying to show you where those 3 different colours are matching in with the fabrics. So we've had a message in from Julie. Hi Julie, she's saying she loves the crocodile fabric, and she said, I'm a relatively new customer, but I love the way you package your fabric. It's just like receiving a lovely present to myself. Oh, I'm really glad you like them, Julie. It's we don't mention all the time, but all of our cut fabrics arrive to you in a beautiful sewing quarter box. So when these are cut off the bolt, they're wrapped up in tissue paper with a little sewing quarter sticker sent in a box to you. And as Julie's just mentioned, that it's almost like getting a little present. It arrives like a gift from us to you. So I'm glad you like it. Thanks for your message. Now that's not for the actual the pre-cut fabrics. That's for your fabrics that are cut to measure. So that's your pink and purple bundle there. And then your last one, let's just fold that way, is to go beautifully with your dinosaur print. So this here has got a lot more neutral tones in it because you've got your browns and your lovely sort of beige colours there. Almost your coffee colours with your cappuccinos and lattes. And what we've done is we've paired that with a really natural bundle in this Spectrum Solids collection. So I'll start with the brown, which you can see there, just picking out that brown in the pyramids of the dinosaur print. So that one is your chocolate. Oh, we can't talk about chocolate at 8 o'clock on a Friday morning. Gonna make me hungry. Then you've got your lovely, just a classic cream, which you can obviously never have too much of. Really lovely clean cream there. And then you've got your beige here. Oh, so 3.5 meters. That one there matching really well with the dinosaurs itself. So you can see there that spectrum of your browns and creams. LXGC06. So I'll just show you how much fabric you're getting. We were saying that this is 112 centimetres wide, and you're getting 1/2 metre of that. It might be better if I hold it that way. So you'll get 3 of those in that mini spectrum fabric bundle in your 3 different colourways. So that's your lovely beige and browns to go with your dinosaurs. So you've got your 3 different colours there. That's your brown spectrum solids. You've got the other options are your pinks, your greens, or your collection, the yellow mellow. So you can see that slide there, 9.45. Gorgeous. Okay, so let's go back to the dinosaurs, which is the fabric that's been teamed with those 3 lovely neutral collections. So let's have a look at that. The dinosaur print coming up here now. So what I'll do is I'll open this out so you can see a little bit more. Oh, we've got the crocodile one on the screen. Should we go for that one first? Yeah, let's have a swap. We've gone for a swap. We'll go back to the beginning. Let's open this out a little bit more so you can see a bit more, a greater selection of the print. So that's the crocodile. My microphone for a second, so if you lost me, I'll start again talking about those crocodile fabrics. So let's just go back. This is your gorgeous linen print. It's got a lovely weave to it. If you come in really close, I don't know how close we can come in actually if I hold this fabric up. Just to see there, you've got that. As I said earlier, it's almost like sand under a microscope. It is like a weave with that texture. So this is brand new today, a premiere on the show. Everybody's loving it. It's going really quickly already. So you've got your different crocodiles with those lovely little red teeth and little jaggedy bits on their backs as well. Really gorgeous perhaps for a book bag for school or a swimming bag, but also particularly these lend themselves to home furnishings because they're slightly thicker fabrics. They've got a canvas feel to them, so perfect for maybe a doorstop. We said a bean bag, cushions. And lovely to have some options for boys. We often have a lot of sort of feminine fabrics on the show, and just really lovely to have something that would work beautifully for a little boy. So KGFG90 for that one, and that's £4.95 per ½ metre. So you can choose as much or as little as you want of that. As I said, these are being cut to measure. So if you wanted 3 metres of fabric, that would be 6 units. If you wanted, let's say, 5 metres of fabric, that would be 10 units. So next up we've got the dinosaurs. So another option. Now there's nothing to stop you teaming this with the crocodiles because the greens work really well together. They're exactly the same greens across those 2 prints, so you could definitely team those as a collection. So this green one, if you have a look here, you can see in a little bit more detail as we look at it now. You've even got detail of tiny little trees, lovely little apple there, and your different dinosaur prints. It's a really lovely quality fabric. All of these linens this morning. And you've also got the teal. So we've got lots of people buying this already this morning. Congratulations if you've already managed to get some dinosaur fabric. We've got Jackie, Heather from Surrey, we've got Jill, Julie from Norfolk, Doris. So lots of different people buying these fabrics this morning. And well, let me know if you've got something in mind that you're going to make, or perhaps you're making something for a special someone. Let me know, or send us a picture when you have made it. I'd love to see it. So I'll just show you the dinosaurs next to the crocodiles so you can see those colours. Look at that, perfect match. In your crocodile there and your pyramid here with the dinosaurs. So they go really well together. But almost you could you could perhaps have a cushion, one side with your dinosaurs and one side with your crocodiles. That would be really cool. Really lovely. So your crocodiles are on the bottom bar on your screens there, and your dinosaurs are on the side, both of them £4.95 per half metre. So let's have a look. We've had a message from Teresa. Let's have a look. So, morning Amy, just bought the crocodile fabric, going to make a pump bag. Oh, lovely, great idea. I love any excuse to make another bag. Can't have too many bags. I have bags for everything. Oh, and also just for general storage, it's great to have them hanging up in my wardrobe with different bits and pieces inside. Another question. Is the linen princess fabric soft? Could you make a cushion to cuddle up to? I have to be honest, I wouldn't describe this as a soft sort of cuddly fabric. It's not like your solids are much softer, they're 100% cotton, they're more cuddly. This is definitely more of a canvas, it has more of a thickness to it. So I personally wouldn't use this probably for a cuddly toy. It's not rough, it's perhaps something you might use for, you know, the old-fashioned type teddy bears that sit up, that, you know, they're like a rigid teddy bear that would sit on a shelf as opposed to being cuddled. It would be great for that, but I probably wouldn't use it for a cuddly soft toy. So the princess fabric, well, I'll show you that one next, as Anne wanted to look at that. So this is your princess one. Let's open this right out so you can see. I would have loved some blinds or curtains made out of this when I was younger. And, you know, lovely, because depending on whatever colour the bedroom is, there are plenty of options here to tie in. Because, you know, if you've got a very sort of plain, neutral white room, or you've got a cream, sort of even a magnolia room, you can add a splash of colour with this fabric with those whites and neutrals already in it. You've also got your pinks and reds and blues and purples, so many colours in there that would just fit in perfectly with any bedroom. But again, saying perhaps not for soft toys, but this would be lovely for a little dancing bag, perfect to take to maybe to ballet lessons, or perhaps if you go to any sort of class like that, whether it's, you know, swimming or an art class or a little pottery class, you could take a little bag with you, and this would be great for that. So that's your princess fabric, UFFG 67, and that again is £4.95 per half metre. Unicorns are also so popular at the moment. On social media, there's been a real sort of rise in that trend of unicorns. They've become very fashionable again. So lovely to have those there just dancing through your fabric in two different colours as well. You've got them in red and pink, and your whites and purples too. So very on trend. So if you're looking for inspiration, we've also got a book today that we've picked out especially that we feel the projects would work really well with these fabrics. So this is the Home Sewn book by Sally Walton, and she's actually very well known for using ethical fabrics and creating ethical projects about making things, you know, that are going to be durable and long-lasting. And so a lot of these projects in here would be perfect. They are about creating things for around the house, but, you know, that have a durability to them, and therefore tie in really well with these canvas fabrics that are nice and thick and strong. So let's have a look at this. It says 20 projects to make for the retro home, but you've got loads of different ideas in here. Oh, so look, this is an example of the teddy bear I meant, actually. You know, one of those more old-fashioned sort of, like a classic teddy bear. You could make that out of this princess fabric, definitely. So as we go through, we've earmarked a couple of projects that we think. So there are 20 projects in total. You've got your introduction there. It's a really gorgeous book. The producer Hayley is saying it's one of her favourites. You've got some really lovely, lovely photography in this. And to start with, you actually start with just pictures of everything. So it's seeing them, you know, in situ, in situations where you could actually use them. So like that gorgeous cushion there on the chair, your doorstop. And this would be great in this fabric because it's the sort of thing that might get kicked around a little bit and, you know, is going to tie in with your room in that fabric that's nice and strong. So you can see here some different storage options. As I was saying, that lovely photography, an ironing board cover, your oven gloves there. I love these hangers. I think these are great, not just for pegs, but also I use them in my wardrobe just to hang different. You can pop different accessories in there, whether that's, you know, a little small belt or hair things and bits and pieces. They're really lovely to just hang inside. As we go through, now this apron's really gorgeous. We were saying there's nothing to stop you making an apron for a child with these fabrics. And because it's that apron sort of material, really. I know that sounds obvious, but because it's a heavier cloth, it's something that would work really well, you know, if you're perhaps doing some arts and crafts, something a bit messy or cooking, this would be perfect for an apron. So you've got a design for that in here, your pattern and all of your instructions. So as we go through here, your hangers. The book's great value because you've got loads of inspiration in there. Not only is it sort of a coffee table book with the gorgeous pictures, but also you've got all of your patterns included in this at the back, which I'll get to in a moment, and all of your instructions. Now this is, I can guarantee that's that really similar canvasy fabric there for that hanging bag in the bathroom. That digger print might be nice in a bathroom actually, particularly if you, with your lovely blues. Or a toiletry bag, again, perhaps if it's a little bag to take away with you if you're going on holiday in the summer and you want, or a bag to take to the beach with your sun cream in, and trying to make that a bit more exciting, you could create that for a child. So Brenda's just messaged in. Hi Brenda, morning. She wants to know how wide the fabric is. We're just going to find out for you, and I will let you know in 2 seconds. We're just figuring that out. So back here again, you've got this lovely storage caddy, perhaps for rollers or makeup in a bedroom. Then we get into different sections. This is where we get into the instructions. So we start with the living room. We earmarked this as a lovely envelope cushion, talking you through your cutting list, what supplies you need, so a shopping list of everything you need for the project itself. A lovely traditional feel there. And all of your instructions in a step-by-step guide. So then we've got the doorstop there. That would be, that's definitely one to me that I think would work really well in this fabric. You can see there just that sort of, that canvasy sort of colour with your pinks. Because it's a lovely durable item, something that, you know, needs to last. Oh, a cute little doggy there too. So you've got lots of guides and steps for the construction of that. A screen cover. Now, we were saying this morning, particularly with these the children's prints, what would be lovely about this screen cover, not necessarily for a computer, but what would be great is if you have a television in a child's room and you want to limit the usage of that, or you know you want to say it's bedtime now, we're not going to use the TV, and you want to cover it up. That's a really lovely way of covering it and making sure that it's not something that's going to get switched back on, and it just makes it look a little bit more more fashionable. You could even attach, you know, some wadding or some fleecing to that and make it a really soft and cushioned, and slip that over a computer screen or a television just to you know, to turn it off, and or if sometimes you don't want it out all of the time, you can forget that it's there and just it looks nice and neat and tidy. So a screen cover option there with all of your instructions, your measuring and cutting. I think that's a really lovely idea. So we've had another question from Maggie. Have bought the crocodile bundle and the matching bundle. Well done, Maggie, you managed to get it. Would it be suitable for a lap quilt for a little boy watching TV? Yes, it definitely would, particularly combining with those Spectrum solids. I think they tie in really well, and you could definitely use that crocodile fabric for a little lap quilt. Really, that would be really nice. Send us a photo. Our producer Hayley's got a little boy and she's saying she needs a lap quilt. You have to make one for her little boy as well. She says thank you. So we're going through here in this book. Then you've got a storage box. Again, all of these are just really great options for these canvas fabrics. And because the author has that that sort of ethical feel, she actually, it was saying here at the back, that she invented, and what was the actual specific name for it? I don't want to get it wrong. Her company is the Carrier Bag, which was not spelled like carrier, but carry a bag. And it was, you know, before when we were still using plastic bags, she was the person that invented using those reusable sort of tote bags. So really about making things that are going to have some longevity to them and really last. So then we get to the kitchen and utility section. I'm just going to quickly flick through here. You've got an ironing board cover there, a coffee cozy, the peg bag, which I mentioned that I'm a fan of. So $14.95 for all of these projects. Here it is that one that we've marked. That's your butcher's apron there, but there's nothing to stop you making that for a child. Would be really lovely in this fabric. Perhaps if they're helping you out in the kitchen. So $14.95 for this book, WJMZ74. And I'll just show you at the back, you've also got this lovely, if I just open this here, you've got a lovely wallet in the back of the book. And this is filled with all of your patterns. I'll just show you an example one. These are colour printed patterns. Let's just open one out a little bit. So you can see all of your markings there. So this particular one says for the peg bag, but just talking you through, your grain lines, whether it's going on a fold or say this opening for the hook there. But you've got, these are in red and black, so you've got a lovely colour printed pattern there to full size. So you could photocopy those if you wanted to reuse them, or just crack straight on with the project. You don't need to worry about downloading anything from the internet. Oh, now let's see if I can fold this back up. I'm definitely making a bit of a mess of that. That's the one. Okay. So, we'll sort that out in a minute. Let's pop that book to the side. So, let's have a look. Do we want to look at which fabric's in the lead at the moment? So we've got your crocodiles, your princesses, your dinosaurs, and your diggers. And it's the diggers in the lead. Let's start with that one and let's look at the diggers winning the race at the moment. It must be because there's cars in the fabric. They're zooming into the lead. Oh, so this one is 140 centimetres. I know we had a message in about the width of the fabric. So that's 65 inches or 140 centimetres. So it's a really wide fabric. 55 inches, sorry. And then that's being cut by the ½ metre. So this is your diggers. Let's open that out so you can see a little bit more. Oh, it's upside down. So you can see there a little bit more of the prints you get to see. So this is half of the width that you can see here on the table. But you've got all those different playful icons, really, that you would associate with diggers. And this is a premiere of these fabrics on the show this morning. Never had them here at Sewing Quarter. A brand new launch for you on our Make Friday Fun. And we are making Friday fun. So a third of the digger fabric has already sold out. So if it's in your basket, just make sure you check it out. I don't want you to miss out on that. Remember as well, you can also give the call centre a ring. So it's a UK-based call centre. They'll be very happy to answer any queries or questions that you might have. Like, I know we wanted to figure out the width of the fabric. 0800 112 4433. Give them a ring. They'll be able to answer any questions. So this fabric as well, washable at 30 degrees. And just worth mentioning, if you've just tuned in, that this is 80% cotton, 20% polyester. So it's slightly thicker than some of the other fabrics that we have here. You've got that lovely canvas feel to it, a linen texture, great for those durable projects that you want to stand the test of time. So paired with that, we've got a complementary Spectrum Solids bundle. So this morning we've paired 3 ½ metre fabrics that work really well with the colour palette of the diggers. This one is your mellow yellow. I nearly said yellow mellow, the other way around. So you've got your peaches here, which I'll show you to start with. So that's your peach there. Then you've got your mustard. And you've got your grey. And you're getting 3 ½ metres of this fabric. So it's 1.5 metres in total. And if I just bring that up, you can see there how those are working together. You've got your yellows tying in. So those colours just working really well together. The hard work being taken out of it, with the collection being teamed well together with your greys, your peaches and your mustard. So that one there is £9.45. That's on the bottom of your screen. It's just disappeared, but it was on the bottom of your screen. It's coming back up. So that's the Spectrum Solid bundle to match the diggers. So in the lead is the diggers. Let's see if it's still there at the end of the show. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. So next in line is dinosaurs, which is the second most popular this morning. They've all been very popular. A lot of the, we had limited stock on this as well, so if you are looking to buy it, just make sure that you do that. Let me open this right out so you can see the width. So it's a really wide fabric. Really lovely. When you see slightly more of it, you can see how that would work in a blind or some curtains. So it's 55 inches, the width of this fabric. So let's just pop that on the table so you can see that with the Spectrum solids. So this is your brown and cream collection here that we've teamed with this. So these are your sort of coffee colours. You've got this lovely oatmeal sort of colour here. 1/2 metre of that one. These are 100% cotton, really soft, perfect for backing your cushions or for binding. Or for that lap quilt. I know we had a message in about that this morning. Then you've got your classic ivory there, that cream. And then your chocolate brown. Just picking out that detail in the dinosaur's eyes and in the main body of the palm tree there, that brown matching really perfectly. So you can see that gorgeous collection of your coffee colours and the dinosaur print. So £9.45 again for that one. Now let's go girly. Let's go for princesses. Let's just swap those over. So then I've also got some rickrack and some pom-poms. So if you wanted to make a cushion, we've got some really lovely extra embellishments and the colours that complement really well with the fabrics. So you could add those to the edge of a cushion or even to the bottom of some blinds. The little pom-poms would look really lovely on that. So this is the princess fabric. I'll open this one up again so you can see that width. So this is the linen princess. Those lovely, it's a classic princess castle there with your turrets and your that different detail on there. You've got your crowns and the little dress on the princess. Those beautiful circle trees, which are very simple but really effective. Just some iconic girly shapes, really. You know, you've got your nice clouds and unicorns, that castle that I picked out before. Do you know what this would be really great for? If you're having a children's party, you could make little party bags out of this for them to take away with them. And that would be something that they could keep, you know, rather than a little plastic bag. Would be really gorgeous. Or actually, we had an earlier show where we made some crowns and wands that you could use for a children's party, sort of reusable ones, obviously made of fabric that you tie around and they wear them at the party. This fabric would be absolutely perfect for that, particularly because you've got the princess wearing the little crown. And also, so, you know, none of it would be wasted because you could cut out, fussy cut, you know, even the little trees or the flowers, and you could applique those onto perhaps a dress. Maybe if you're making some clothing or a little jacket or cardigan, you could fussy cut some of these and add them on as embellishments to that. So the purple bundle is on the bottom of your screens there. This is the one that we've put together to go with the princess fabrics. The colours matching really perfectly here. So we'll start with this lovely lilac. Oh, I've got some thread on there. So that's your lilac. Then your next one is your candy floss pink. So this is a nice bright pink. The great thing about these Spectrum solids is they're really rich, uniform colour. And then next up is your lovely royal purple. You can just see that there. So 1/2 metre, 1/2 metre, 1/2 metre, 1.5 metres in total, and you can team those with that princess fabric, knowing that the colours are going to just match absolutely perfectly. So your code for that is MFGC21 for the mini Spectrum, for those 3 solid colours there, and for your princess fabric, UFFG67. And the last one is our crocs, our crocodiles, snappy crocs. All of these fabrics this morning that we're launching on the show, these are premieres. We've never had them on before. They're brand new. Nice to bring them to you on a Friday, just in time for the weekend. A little treat maybe for you as you head into Saturday. So the next one is our crocodiles, as I mentioned before. So you've got this green collection, which matches really well as well with the dinosaur print. The green across those 2 different animals are exactly the same. So you can see there that lovely classic crocodile shape, looking very happy. KGFG90 for your linen snappy croc. And just that lovely background there, that lovely oaty sort of colour. So this one's actually second in the lead now. It's edged slightly forward. We always end up with a bit of a race to see, you know, which fabric's going to be most popular. And this one's in second. Oh, we've got a joint first. diggers and dinosaurs. Oh, so it's all, we've got lots of people buying perhaps for little boys this morning, which is lovely. Really nice to have something on the show as an option for them. So the greens that go with that, this is a three-way green collection, so a spectrum of greens moving through 3 different shades. So I'll start with this lovely dark forest green here. 1/2 metre of this one. Oh. And then next up, you've got this bright lime green, which matches tonally absolutely perfectly with this dinosaur here. And then you've also got your 3rd green option, which is slightly darker. But you can see all of those there. Just edge that down with the crocodiles. So 1/2 metre, 1/2 metre, 1/2 metre, 1.5 metres in total of your solids. ZTGC 30 for that mini spectrum fabric bundle in green. So whilst we're in green, let's move now into some embellishments that you could perhaps add to these projects. So we've got rick-rack and pom-poms. I'll show you first of all. Have we got the green rick-rack? Oh, it's here. I don't know if we've got one wrapped up. So we've got this lovely dark green forest green rick-rack. I haven't seen this one before. All of these, you're getting a huge amount of rick-rack, 25 metres, which is plenty for lots of projects. You can even make bunting with this crocodile fabric or the dinosaurs, and you could use this as the main ribbon for that, or you could edge, each of those little triangles with the rick-rack. So this is a forest green, and you can see there that matching really well with the spectrum solid too. So if you were buying those 3, as a collection, they just work really well together. So that's your rick-rack trim in forest green. Now also you could team with this if you wanted to pick out the red inside the crocodile's mouth, and on its back there you can just see on that lovely little shape. We've got a red rick-rack, so let's open one up. I'm actually going to open this so I could just line some along the fabric. So, look at that. If we just pop that on here, you can see how that red rick-rack there, just adding a bit of shape as well, and also mirroring the shape on the back of the crocodile, on the back there, that curvy line, the red working really well. And for anyone who's bought the diggers, this red would also work perfectly. You've got the red in the traffic road signs and in the actual diggers itself and the traffic cones, the red there teaming in really well. So you could use that for edging a cushion for on the bottom of some blinds, on the bottom of curtains, or on a bag. You could pop that round the top. You can see there that red just picking out in the crocodiles. So those red details will be coming up on your screen in a moment. All of these rick-racks are 25 metres. I'm not going to undo the whole thing because it will just be loads of it. But you've got loads there, plenty. Now also, I'll show you now, we've got one specifically to match the diggers. Let's just move our crocodiles out of the way. So this is great to add to your stash, not just perhaps to match with these fabrics, but for any project, really great value, £12.95 for that rick-rack there. You're getting a lot for your money. It works out 51p per metre, which is really, really cheap. So here you've got your diggers. You can see that red there, how that would work. But let me just bring in the blue. Got one that's open. This lovely, really bright blue here. You can see that there. This is your royal blue. Spot on match. Really perfect. Even picking out the details in something like the wheels here, you can see that blue coming in, working with that colourway. So that is your royal blue rick-rack, DJC, let's say that again, DJGQ98. Then you've also got some other colour options, which I've not seen before. We quite often have your red, whites and blues in the rick-rack, but we've got a really lovely dusty lilac this morning. This one, you can guess, is going to go with your princesses. It's a really soft lilac. I'm going to open that again so you can see a little bit of it. If we just pop that on there, just pulling out that detail in the unicorns and the trees, but softening it because it's a lovely soft lilac. Perhaps if you're making a little drawstring bag or a ballet bag, a lovely way to add some extra detail to it. So that's your lilac. And we've also got a different, a darker purple that you can just see there. That one's not open, but you can see that, how that purple would also work. Or you could combine the lilac and the purple. They would work well together too. So the dark purple there up on your screens, which is this one, WIGQ35, £12.95 again, so 51p per metre, bargain. Absolute bargain. So that's your rickrack. Did we have any more colours? We also had navy. That's the last one that we've got. So your navy, just adding a really smart finish to it. This would work really well with the diggers where you've got the blue there. A traditional rickrack, but also for any other projects that perhaps you've got on the go. If you wanted to add some embellishment to it, perfect for fringing something. You can see that lovely navy there. A nice smart royal feel to it. And it's a really thick quality to it. If I show you one that's open, you can see it's not just you know, a solid fabric. There's actually sort of a linear texture going through that. If you can see that there. And so it's 14 millimetres, so 1.4 centimetres, and 25 metres of that in total. So we didn't have the graphic for the red before, so if you wanted the code for that, that's just coming up on your screens now. This was the red one, perfect, and would also work really well with the princess. Perhaps if you've got a little boy and a little girl and you're doing a diggers and a princesses, the red works with both. So I'll just show that there for you. You can see that red. Here it is. So DWGQ46, your reds there picking out the trees, and also your icons in the digger print. So the fabrics are selling really well this morning. A lot of them, over half of the stock is already sold out. So if you're thinking, maybe you're not sure, don't want to add any undue pressure, but if it's something that you think you want to buy, I just don't want you to miss out. So not only did we have rickrack, we've also got some pom-poms, which are really great for adding to the edge of your cushions. They just add that lovely touch. I always think pom-poms are the sort of thing you just want, if they're on there, you can't help but sort of touch them. You want to run your hands over them. So we've got some open here so you can see what they look like. So it comes like this, but 2 meters here of this, of these pom-poms. So this is your lovely green one that would work really well with your crocodiles and also with your dinosaurs. Really lovely and soft. Again, just giving you that extra detail. Or if you made a dinosaur toy, you could, oh yes, that's a great idea. Producer Haley's just said, if you made a dinosaur toy or a crocodile toy out of one of these fabrics, you could add that as the shaping on the back of the dinosaur. You know, like these little, like the little humps on the back. That would be really, really cute. I love that. That's a great idea, Haley. 10 out of 10. So that's the green. This is £2.95, so again, really great value. Comes on a lovely wooden spool as well, so great just to have in your stash. Then you've also got the red one here. So you've got that slightly brighter option with the red pom-pom trim. You could also add these if perhaps you're doing some dressmaking or making a little set of a little t-shirt or something like that. You could add this around the bottom just to add some fringing detail. 2 meters of that one. £2.95, that's your red. Then we also had a cream one, which would go really well with that this Spectrum Solid bundle that we teamed with the dinosaurs. You can just see that there. So this one is your cream pom-poms, matching perfectly with that ivory. TXGQ34 for that one. That spot-on match there in that trim, pom-pom trim. And then your other option, something slightly more subtle, is your lovely slate grey. So this one would work really well with the diggers. I'll show you here because you've got tools in a grey on the fabric itself. So if you wanted to just add that detailing to the edge of a cushion or even, even a quilt, you've got that grey pom-pom there. PVGQ09 for that one. So let's just have another quick look through the fabrics once more in case you've just tuned in and you want to see what ones we've got. So which one was in the lead? Diggers is the winner at the moment, so let's go for diggers. This this one here, just really lovely because you're getting all different icons within the print. So rather than it being a repeat, you've got lots of different shapes. One of those fabrics, the more you look, the more you see. Even as we've gone through the show this morning, I've spotted different, traffic cones and different symbols and things. You've got that under construction there. So you could fussy cut these, add them to dressmaking projects, add them to bags or to a storage caddy or something like that. So this fabric is 55 inches wide and it's being cut off the bolt for you, so sold in half-metre increments, ANFG 86. So all of our fabrics that are cut to measure are cut off the bolt, sold in that half-metre unit, so a metre is 2 units of fabric. So you can see there. Oh, you can see the crane. I don't think we've seen that yet in a close-up. So that's a lovely little section that you could cut out if you wanted to. And if you want to fussy cut, you could create a scene actually. You could cut out, all these different, you could create a lovely little scene on a solid. You could take the crane, you could take a digger, you could take, a couple of the different tools, and you could put those onto the Spectrum solids and create a little scene, couldn't you, of all those different road things. So the matching bundle to go with that one is your grey, mustard and peach. So these are 3 Spectrum solids that I'll just bring in here for you to see. So this is the mellow yellow bundle, half a metre of each of these rich uniform solids. You've got your peach there, you've got your lovely sunshine mustardy yellow, picking out the main body of the digger itself. And then you've also got this nice grey, a lovely collection of colours there. So let's have a look who's bought this fabric already this morning. As I said, over half the stock has already gone, so if you want to if you managed to get some, great, well done. Good for, you've got fast fingers this morning, you're moving really quickly. Whoa, lots of names. Who do we go for? So we've got Helen, Catherine from Cornwall, good morning. Julie, Karen, Christina, Hazel, Sally. I could go on and on, but I'm glad that you're liking the fabric this morning, this premiere of this one on the show. So that there is your diggers, ANFG 86 per half a metre, £4.95, which I personally think is really great value, and particularly as it's a really wide fabric, it's 140 centimetres wide. In fact, I'll show you that width now in our next fabric. Which one's next popular? Next most popular? The dinosaurs. So if I open this right up, you can see the width. Let's open this all the way. A lovely wide fabric there. And you can see how, when you see it slightly bigger, you can see how that print all works really well together. Different dinosaur shapes. TOFG 98. Really lovely with those little ostriches there as well. So that's your dinosaurs. This one here has been teamed with a collection of greens. Actually, no, this one's been teamed with your browns, but the greens would also work really well, actually. Let's see it with the greens. Let's just bring those both in there. So you can see this is the green collection. So you've got a lovely rich forest green, you've got a bright lime green, and a slightly darker grassy green there. So that collection also working really well with the dinosaurs. As an option, or if you wanted to go for neutrals, or if you are doing a quilt, you could use both of these solids and then inject the dinosaurs there with it. So you've got your lovely OT colour there, your classic ivory and your chocolate brown. So I'm also just going to show you the crocodile there with both of those colour options work too. So you can see, you could team the crocodiles with the dinosaurs and with that green bundle. If you just look at all of those together, you can see the crocodile there and the dinosaur print. The greens are exactly the same. All of those solids as well working really well together. So if you've just joined us, we've just launched 4 brand new gorgeous fabrics on the show this morning. I was really excited to have these on. So if you want to find them on the website, you can go to the watch page. If you just scroll down beneath the live feed of today's show, you'll be able to see those fabrics that we've had in this hour. You need to log on. So you make an account, you log on, and then you can add those to your basket. So you can see there all that rickrack, the Spectrum Solid bundles, the different linen print fabrics. You add that to your basket, and you'll only be charged one lot of postage and packaging a day, so it's £2.95. And that's capped at midnight. So if you decide to add something in another show, then you won't be charged twice for that. So I'm just going to show you once more the Princess fabric, your lovely girly one. And I will just reference as well the book that I showed you earlier. This is the Home Sewn Home. I didn't have a chance to go back and look at that, but a really lovely option with your some different ideas for durable home projects, whether that's storage caddies, you had different hangers and aprons, we had cushions. Really beautiful photography. That screen cover, which was my favourite thing in the book for covering perhaps television in a children's room. But loads of different, your pictures at the front there. And then your instructions as you go through, step by step pictures and instructions too for construction. So that's your book there, which is at the bottom by Sally Walton, £14.95 for that. Now next up we've got Janis, and we're going to be making a really lovely set of Skittles and an elephant toy, which would be absolutely lovely again for a child. So Janis and I will be back in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
The Sewing Quarter website is simple and easy to use. You can view a live broadcast of the show on our homepage. Get instant access to our online shop, which has a wide range of wonderful products for you to choose from. You can also enjoy a selection of projects and guides which we have on offer to help you enhance your skills and gain valuable tips. Watch the live shows and you can buy the product which is currently being shown on air. You can even message the studio to ask our presenters or team any questions you might have. Below, you'll find all the products from today's show for you to look at and purchase. On the right of the screen, next to today's products, you will find our simple program guide listing all upcoming shows. So, join us today at sewingquarter.com.
There are many different ways you can buy from us here at the Sewing Quarter. You can order from us by calling our free phone number at 0800 112 4433 and talk to the team at our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, there are other ways you can buy from us. You can go online and shop through our website at www.sewingquarter.com. You can even watch the show there and shop as you go. You can check out as many times as you like throughout the day and only pay a small fee of £2.95 postage and packaging for the whole day. We also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all products excluding custom-cut fabric. Our friendly UK-based team will help guide you through every step.
Join us on the 20th of May when we'll be joined by Rebecca Reed, technical editor from Simply Sewing magazine. Rebecca will be demonstrating how to do easy reverse applique. With a brand new project to share with you, these circle cushions come in 3 bold, beautiful designs. So, join Rebecca on Saturday the 20th of May at 10 a.m, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99.
Welcome back. So in this hour we are doing Tilda Softies. We've got these gorgeous prints from Tilda which only launched this week here at Sewing Quarter. So really excited to share those with you in this hour. And I'm joined by Janis Hobbs. We're creating a couple of different projects from the Home Sewn Nursery book. So we've got a set of Skittles with a ball, that, a soft Skittles that you could use to play with children, and also an elephant cot toy, which again is really gorgeous. So this is the book here from Tina Barrett, and we've got some other projects that we've made previously on the show from this, some dungarees and a hat, so I'll show you all of those as we go through the hour. I'm going to start by just talking you through the fabric options. So we've got 3 different fabric bundles in this hour that we think would work really well for the Skittles and for the elephant toy. Now you're getting enough fabric in the bundle to make both of those, and you'd still have a bit left over, perhaps to make the hat that's also in the book. So let's have a look. Let's start with let's go with the blue. Okay. So let's move those to there. So this first, and this is from the circus range from Tilda. In each of these bundles, you're getting 5 cuts of 5 half meters, so it's 2.5 meters in total, and you're getting 3 prints, so 3 Tilda prints and 2 solids that work really well together. So I'll just lift that up so you can see there. I think this blue one's my favourite. I think I'm going to make a call on it already. I love the blue. So I'll show you these quickly, what we've got in the bundle. We've got this elephant print here, which would work really well for the elephant toy. So you've got double elephants. You've got that cream background. And it almost looks like a denim, the colour of the trees and the elephants on there. And also these really lovely dancers, you know, in a little arabesque there with an umbrella. So that would be really nice. You could use that for all sorts of different projects. Then another Tilda print we've got in that bundle is this floral here. So a ditzy print with your lovely sky blue background. First Kiss is this one called. Yes, so then you've got your pink flowers there and your greens. And then this one here, which has a really lovely vintage feel to it. You've got those cream flowers. This one's called Summer Picnic, so again from that circus range. As I said, this only launched on Sewing Quarter here this week, so it's brand new. Really beautiful. So that bundle there is $32.95. I also didn't show you, but you've got a beautiful soft baby blue and baby pink solid in that set too, which just picks out the colourways within the patterns, so you can just see that as a family there. QYGC56 for that blue one. Then the next one you've got is this is more of a green feel to this set. Let's move that over. Too many fabrics. So you're getting 2.5 meters in total, half a meter of each of these. So let me just open up one so you can see how much fabric you're actually getting. So again, this is another print from that new circus range from Tilda. You've got that lovely green leaf there, but also your teals and turquoises coming in with those flowers. And the pink detail too. So that's your first one in that bundle. That one again is your First Kiss. Then you've got a Spectrum Solid Cream, so just matching really well with the background colour of a lot of these fabrics. Then this one here is a really traditional floral print. This would be lovely for a little makeup bag or toiletry bag or something like that. Or to add a feminine touch, you know, to perhaps a bedroom or with a storage caddy or something like that. What's lovely about these Tilda fabrics is you really do, you know, you're guaranteed a quality in terms of the texture, the softness of those fabrics, but also the designs are really detailed and just really, really, really gorgeous. You've got that lovely bright pink there. Tilda is a real favourite here at Sewing Quarter. They're just a lovely design. Then you've got this green one here with a pink flower. If I lift this one up to show you, you can see a little bit more. Again, it's quite a traditional floral, but teamed with some unusual colours. So that magenta there popping in the middle of the flower. And then that ditzy print with the little petals all through the fabric. So this one here is called your Tilda Circus Green Bundle, TWGC23. Again, that one's $32.95. So you're getting 2.5 meters there for that price. Now your last one, this is a red, sort of reds and dark pinks in this collection, but also again with that green coming through, you can mix and match these fabrics so easily because that circus range has all got those themes of the blues, the greens and the reds. So your solids in this collection are a lovely bold pink there in your Spectrum Solid. And you can just see, matched perfectly as well, you've got your green. That lovely solid green. And then let's show you the prints. This is the bit you really want to see. So this is a lovely postbox red here. And you've got these flowers all blossoming out over the fabric. So this is how much you'd get. You get a ½ metre of that. Really, really pretty feminine fabric. So this is the red bundle from Tilda. So that's one of them. And then you've also got, oh, what's happened there? You've also got that elephant print that we saw in the blue. You've also got that in a pink colour option. So I'll show you that one here. So if you wanted to do the toy, the elephant toy we're about to do, in blue and pink, this is an option to do it in that other colourway. Again, you've got those dancers, you've got the elephant trunks with they've got a teapot on the elephant trunk. This would be lovely for a little tea cosy for the kitchen. So these are 44 inches wide, which is 110 centimetres, and you're getting ½ metre of that one. And again, 100% cotton, so really soft. Great for these children's projects if you're taking something from the Home Sewn Nurseries book and you want something with that softness. And then this one here, let's open this out a little bit. Again, a floral, but you've got a lovely, a pin dot in turquoise on the back of this fabric. If we look in really close, you can just see that, that detail. And it's on a cream background, but you've got that red and pink there in the flower detail. So that's your red circus bundle. So you've got 3 different colour options, your blue, your green and your red, 3 circus prints from that Tilda range and 2 Spectrum solids teamed with that, 2½ metres in total. So I'm going to grab the book and head over to Janis. We'll show you the other book in a minute, but I want to get cracking with the project so we can get on with some sewing. So, hello Janis, good morning.
Morning.
Waiting patiently for me, sorry.
I know. Good morning everybody, how are you all?
Oh, good morning. Day. Oh, good morning Janis, lovely. So this morning we're looking at this Home Sewn Nursery book.
Yeah, exciting times.
And you like this, but we did something before from here, didn't we?
We did the dungarees and the hat last time.
So last time I was on the show with Janis, we made these
hat.
Really lovely sun hat for the beach and these dungarees, which are both from these book. So if you want to go back and watch those shows, you could those really cute little dungarees there.
Lovely.
They are lovely, and the sun hat too. So both of those patterns
are lovely.
The Tilda ones.
Yeah, the Tilda fabrics are lovely. Lovely to work with, so fresh.
I think those florals are very soft fabrics, but also the prints are just really
prints are wonderful.
Whimsical, aren't they?
Yeah.
So we were looking through this book today by Tina Barrett. What took your fancy?
Well, I last time when I actually did the dungarees, I saw the Skittles and I thought, my granddaughter, I thought Skittles, they're lovely and they are smashing. The Skittles. And
it's smashing. Excuse the pun.
Lovely.
You can smash the Skittles down with your bowling ball.
Great. So when they asked me to do them, I was so happy. I can't tell you.
To bring them on
the
today.
elephant toy was just a bonus.
So you can see those there on your screen. We've got them here on the table. It's a really lovely collection of 6 little soft Skittles. So the great thing about this is you could play with them indoors. Yeah. It's not something that has to be used in the garden. No. In the lounge if it's a rainy day, which quite often is here. You could play with those in a bedroom or indoors.
Yeah. And if they get dirty, you can wash them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that.
But the colours are lovely, and of course with the Tilda fabrics, you can mix and match and do your own designs.
You can pick and mix them.
Pick and mix.
Let's find the pattern in the book. So in the back here, you've got a wallet with all of the patterns. Let's just find the Skittles to show you the pattern in the book itself, and then we can get cracking with the actual. Is that them?
Yeah.
Here they are.
That's the picture of them with the child, isn't it?
So you can see there. They've got little numbers on that you could apply. So there's nothing. If you wanted to make a larger set, you could make this. This one says 6, but if you wanted to make 12, or you could scale it up.
Oh, that's the sundress.
There's lots of them. It's the one before.
Is it the one before? No.
But a really beautiful book. You can see there lots of inspiration. This is the dungarees, but with all your step-by-step instructions and photography. So how do we get started with these then?
The first thing you do is you trace the pattern out the back of the book, because the patterns in the book, both sides of the pattern pieces are on the one 2-3 sheets of paper.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So if you just get one out, just to have a look,
yes.
if you know what I'm saying.
So they're printed on both sides.
They're printed on both sides, so you really need to trace the actual pattern.
Yeah.
Because of it being on both sides, the pattern.
Otherwise you've used up.
Yeah,
too
otherwise
much
you've used too much. So be aware of that when you're doing the cutting out. So
Okay.
the ideal thing to do is traces, and that's exactly what I did for the Skittles. So, and the elephants. So,
Lovely.
sorry if you can pop that
No, that's
back.
fine.
So,
You did a better job of holding that up than I did earlier.
just give up.
Okay.
So the first thing I did was actually cut the shape of the Skittle. And the nice thing about this, you only need like the 2 pieces. So the one is the actual Skittle base, and that's the actual Skittle size.
So there's not loads of cutting?
So no, there isn't. So there's 4 pieces to cut for that, and just the 1 piece for the actual Skittle base. So I've actually cut it out already,
Okay.
the 4 pieces. So I've used the nice blue, a plain blue.
Should we just grab one so you
patterns.
can see? I feel like we've not... let's just grab a couple of these.
So that's what I've actually picked for this time.
Okay.
And then the pink for the base.
So this is just the shape here that we're
So that's the
creating. I'm aware
shape.
I hadn't shown you that. So there's, you can see those 4 different, the sides
it, the
that
side
Janis has
pieces.
cut out. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And then just that base there. So you've only got 2 things to trace and cut to create
That's
the
it.
Skittle. It's nothing
That's
too
it.
complicated. So this would be great for a great beginner project.
It is great for beginners. It's great. Because the thing is as well, the numbers are big. Now, sometimes with a pleat, the numbers and that can be too small, and getting them
Fiddly.
around the machine, they're fiddly. But I found these really easy to actually applique. So it's great for the starter, you know,
For a
project.
beginner.
Yeah, ever so good for one. So the first thing we do is I've actually, for time, because we're trying to do the elephant as well within the same show, I've actually just cut down the number 2 and actually sewn it. Now you can use fabric glue. Now in the book, what you normally do, you make the Skittle first and the base.
Yeah.
You put it all together, and then they do the applique at the end, and they actually use fabric glue to stick it on.
Okay.
Now I prefer machine sewing.
Well, also you've got
it
that
on.
detail there in the edge where you have
that's
sewn it on.
And if it's already done, you haven't got to worry about them sticking, especially if it's already made.
You've got to
it could
press
be a
it,
bit
yeah.
awkward if you get to push the shape down. So I thought, well, I would sooner myself do an actual applique on one of the sides before I
So it's
actually...
ready. So once you've assembled it, it's done then, isn't it? You haven't got any further
and
steps
I haven't got to worry about
no.
it then. So that's what I do. So the first thing we do, Amy, is we choose our design.
Yep.
And we're going to put right sides together, and then we're going to machine just a centimetre down the side and round the top.
Okay.
And that's the first thing we do.
So quite a
on that
small,
one.
slightly smaller seam allowance than perhaps on other projects.
That's it, just 1 centimetre seam allowance on here. So,
Is that what you use this for?
well, you can do, but that's to do lots of different projects. I'll talk about that. But
We'll get to that in a minute.
It is good. So at the moment, I'm using the 1 centimetre seam on
Okay.
the actual machine. So the first thing we do is go down, and just guide it. You can pin it, of course, or go straight forwards. Whereas I'm
Just
going
go
straight
crazy.
forwards.
This is the blue Tilda bundle that we're working with, that surface bundle there. So you can see those different prints that we're using to make the Skittle. That's what Janis is working with.
And now I'm using my left-handed scissors today, ladies.
We finally got Janis some left-handed scissors.
Using my left-handed scissors
For a long time, you didn't even say, did you? We just would give you normal scissors.
So then what you do is do the right side together again on the second piece.
So you're doing putting 2 together as opposed to going
put them
straight in with the...
together. Well, at home, I must admit, I actually did the 4 together at one go.
Oh, okay.
But they do it different in the book, so I thought I'm going to try that at the moment and try it a bit different in the book. So it's point to point, going round.
With that centimetre seam allowance.
Yeah, the centimetre. That's it, and move it down. And tie it off at the end.
So if you do need those left-handed scissors, they're £16.45. They're just on your screens there. They're the Fiskars scissors as well, so you know you're going to get that guaranteed quality and that lovely sharp cut with those.
You then end up with the two.
This is going to come together really quickly, isn't it?
Yeah. So then what you do...
No messing around.
You apply right sides together again.
Yep.
And then on this one, we actually sew all the way down again to the point.
It quite naturally creates that curve at the top, doesn't it?
It does.
It didn't require us to do any
And that's what you do. You just follow the actual shape of the actual
pattern
on the ends. Oh, let's take it to the end. That's it.
So rather than having to ease anything in to create, you know, that shape at the top, it really, you're just following the edge.
Just follow the edges. Bring it to a point.
Okay.
That's that one done. And cut it. And then you do the other one, but this time what you have to do, you have to leave a gap for you to turn of 2.5 centimetres. You leave a 2.5 centimetre gap.
Okay.
Now. That hasn't got 2.5 centimetres on, I don't think, so we'll just use this for now. So if we leave a 2.5 centimetre gap, stick a pin in.
So we can turn it out.
And then we're going to just machine there, and we're going to machine.
Okay.
Right to the end there as well. And that, the side seam. Do another side seam. Easy peasy, easy peasy.
So as you were saying, these lovely soft Skittles are really perfect, you know, for indoor play, really, because they can be washed, or if you use them in the garden, they can be washed, but if you want to use them indoors, just a nice fun game. And also you could have as many or as few as you wanted. So if you wanted to make 12, you know, like a proper bowling alley, you could make them all Skittles if you wanted to, or just the 6. So it depends, really. And you can customise those with your numbers that we've just appliqued there onto the front of the Skittle.
So always do your reverse stitch to knot on the end as well. Okay. So do a backward stitch to knot it.
Got you.
Don't ever forget that, because if your sewing comes undone, there's nothing more frustrating.
Not when you've gone to the trouble of doing it all.
That's it. So again, just on the side seam, try and leave that 2.5 centimetres. I hope. Reverse stitch, always remember your reverse stitch, ladies, and that's it. So that's what you've got now. So we've got the gap there.
Should we just show that so we can see? So this is just here where we've left that 2.5 centimetres, that gap there. So it's a 1 centimetre seam allowance, but we're leaving that gap here for turning out, and that reverse stitch all the way up to the gap, just so, as Janis said, you don't want your sewing to come undone. Oh, we've just had a message from Diana. She said she's just joined the show and has just finished making the Skittles. Brilliant book. We'll send some pictures. Yes, please do send them in this morning. Send them to studio@sewingquarter.com. We'd like to see them. That's great.
So what we have to do now is add the base.
Okay.
So now, if you wanted to, ladies as well, and gentlemen, you can always press them open. If you've got more time, press to have a nicer finish. It always creates that finish, so that's the best thing. So what we're going to do now is just pin in the actual base. And what you can also do, if you wanted to, again, if you've got time, you can always use a gathering stitch to gather it up.
Okay.
If you have difficulty in attaching it, if you have a bit of trouble. So it's all according to what you want to do, really. So we're just going to go for it.
You're just easing that base in towards the edges.
That's it, just easing it all the way around, and it should fit.
How often are you pinning? How far are you leaving between?
every
inch or so, really.
So, yeah. That's it. Open up the seam as you go around. That's it.
So if you've got any questions for Janis this morning, remember you can send those in. So while we're working away, we can answer any queries that you might have. Or if you've got any questions about the fabric, or you want to see something specific in the book, you can email us studio@sewingquarter.com, or head to the website and drop us a message on the studio box there.
Now, with me pinning them, I also put the pins in dead straight. So the machine needle will go straight over it and you don't have to take it out as you're going along.
Oh, brilliant.
So that
Saves a bit of time.
It does save time. But if you're not confident with that, always tack, you know, just do a normal running stitch. And
just to hold it.
Just to hold it in. That's it. So, put it up again. You'll be making these yourself.
Pardon? I know, that's what I was just thinking. It is really straightforward. It's, you know, it's a really easy project for a beginner. You can even make these with the grandchildren or your children.
Yeah, you
couldn't
can.
You?
You can. If they're old enough, yeah.
Oh, Diana sent in a picture. Let's have a look. So Diana's made these from the book. Let's see what we've got there. They're just
lovely.
coming up. Oh, there's the Skittles.
Aren't they lovely?
Oh, they look fab. Thank you so much
And
for sending those in. So you've got the colours look great as well, don't they? And I'm guessing those are the storage caddies that we've also got from that book.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for sending those in this morning. That's lovely.
See, with the fabrics, you can make so much, can't you?
That's the thing as well. So there's 2.5 metres in that bundle this morning, which is enough to make, we said, all the Skittles, the ball, the elephant and the hat.
Yeah.
So there's plenty there.
There's plenty there. So that's what you end up with.
It looks like
the way I do
a
it,
wizard's hat.
It is. The way I do it, though, I actually sew it like that on the machine. So that's dead flat.
So you keep this standing?
And I keep that standing as much as I can. So that, hopefully, and again, it's a centimetre seam, going round, put your needle down, and away we go. Don't forget to do your reverse. That's it, go right out. And again, if it does crease a bit, I wouldn't worry too much.
No?
So
this is just such a quick project.
it is a quick
It's
project.
unusual for us to feel like we're going to get through something that quickly. We're always usually rushing, aren't we?
Not today.
It's lovely.
That's it. So then reverse. Don't forget your reverse, ladies. I was teaching my friend the other day sewing, and she kept forgetting to reverse, and that's why I keep saying it now.
Reverse.
I've got on my brain,
Yeah.
reverse, because she kept forgetting.
So we're just going to, what we use to stuff this is toy stuffing for these Skittles. So I don't know if we've got some, I've got some here. This is the one that I was looking for. So you get loads of super soft toy stuffing for this. So perfect for all those cuddly toys and for these Skittles. It's really, you can see there, just really soft and squidgy. So it's 100% polyester, 250 grams in there. So you've got plenty for all of these Skittles within that. And it's only $2.95, so OAGQ25 for that bag of stuffing there. And this is all washable. So also, as we were saying, once you've made the Skittles, easy to just chuck in the washing machine and off you go.
Yep.
So the finished Skittles, we're just going to see, there they are.
So you've got the machine stitch that we've done round.
There it is. So that's the red circus bundle that you can see in that set of Skittles there. NMGC 15 with all those gorgeous pinks and reds and the greens. But back here with the blue, Tilda.
Yeah, so what you've got now, the machine has gone round the base.
Yep.
The machine thread. So now you find your opening, which we find there, and then we literally poke it through.
We're going to turn it out.
I'm going to turn it
like
to the right
a miniature
side.
cushion.
It is, isn't it? So let's start pulling.
You could leave a slightly bigger gap if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Just to make it, I guess,
Easier.
a bit easier to pull
You don't
through.
like to lose too big a gaps though, because sewing
them back up.
So it does quite well if just
It went through
patience.
easily. It wasn't
just a bit of patience and you'll be fine. So then
Give it
we
a bit of a shake.
poke it out. That's it. Out it comes. Use our seam ripper. Just
Less than 10 minutes to make that. That's how quickly you put that together.
a bit there.
I think this would be a really good project to do as a first project with children or grandchildren.
Yes, it would.
Because it's lovely for them to feel that they've done something start to finish and without, having to use too much patience to keep them occupied.
And that's a Skittle. So then we get some stuffing.
Okay. So here's the Skittle here that we've made. We've got that lovely number there in the felt that's been appliqued on. But as we were saying, you could also use fabric glue to stick that on afterwards. It's totally up to you. But you can just see there, using those different Tilda fabrics, you could mix and match those. So the blue bundle, this is the one that we've used. We've got those different, you've got the two different solids, the baby blue and the baby pink. And then you've got that ditzy floral pink, the classic vintage cream and blue there, and also the elephant print, which I really, really like. It's got that detail of the dancers, the teapots, the elephants, the trees, in that white and sky blue. So that's your Tilda Circus bundle, and that's brand new on the show this week, that collection from Tilda.
It's lovely.
It's really a cute
colours.
It's a really cute collection. That's how I would describe it. It's very whimsical and
lovely for babies and
yeah, the blues and pinks.
I just wish I could get back. I wish I could get back inside. So all we're going to do now is stuff it. You can press it if you want to begin with, because it does crease a bit on the actual pink fabric. Or if you've got a steam iron, you can just go shh.
Give it a zap.
Oh, I know, I bought a new iron.
Did you?
Oh, I love it. I love it. My other one had really packed up, and I thought, with the amount of sewing I do, but I've always gone for expensive irons because of sewing. And then I found this steam iron. It's crazy. Oh, I couldn't be without one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Should have had one years ago.
Treat yourself.
I did.
Isn't it funny that an iron can bring you so much pleasure, but it really can. I bet every time you get it out, you're like, yes.
I love it. And when I was doing the sewing, using it yesterday when I was doing the sewing, my mum, she kept jumping out of the skin with the steam because I'd suddenly go and it blasts like, you know. Really
suddenly, all of a sudden, you want to iron everything you're wearing, and just like it's an excuse to get the iron out.
It's an excuse to get the iron out.
So while Janet's stuffing that as well, I'll just show you the felt that we've used to put on the numbers. I don't know if I've got that. I'm just going to grab that. Be 2 seconds. So we've got. You can see there the picture on your screen with the 6 different felts in that bundle. So it's a collection of reds and whites. £3.95 for that. You're getting 6 sheets, 23 centimetres by 30 centimetres. So I'll just show you the size of that here. This would be the size of your felt. You get 6 of those in that whole bundle, so that will come like this. Lovely and soft, just that classic, good old-fashioned felt that just is really great for children's projects, isn't it?
Can't beat them.
You really can't. It's very classic.
And it's something you need to have in your sewing room because you never know when you're going to need it.
In your stash.
In your stash.
What else do you use felt for? What's your...
What have I used felt for? Christmas toy making, believe it or not. Christmas things.
Particularly those colours. That screams Christmas, doesn't it?
It does scream Christmas at me. Toys, dolls.
For adding detail, little clothes for toys and dolls.
Dolls. That's it.
So we're just finishing that skittle off there.
Let's go.
Ta-da!
There we go. Shove it up the top. That's it.
So you would just repeat that 5 times to create the whole family of skittles, so we could add those.
That's it. And then we just sew.
So this is just one of the projects from the Home Sewn Nursery book. You can see there in the different colourways. I'm just creating these really soft skittles that are just lovely toys.
That's it, and then all we do.
So I think we're just going to. I think it'd be better to move on to the elephant. We're just going to.
Yeah,
so we want to make sure that we get to show you this morning. We've made that really gorgeous elephant from the book as well.
So then all
we
you
can just talk through what we would do.
Actually, just do a stitch, a whip stitch, a ladder stitch, whatever stitch you want.
A ladder stitch,
just to close up the hole, and you might that I'd put normally a bit more stuffing in that as well. So
just to make sure it stands up. Otherwise, the game's over before it started, isn't it? They're all on the floor. So we're going to show a ladder stitch tutorial in that next break anyway, so you'll be able to see what would have gone in there.
That's it then.
So we finished that one.
Done.
Lovely.
Finished that one. So now
we're just going to show you the book because the elephant that we're making is from this Home Sewn Nursery book. The details are on your screen now. I'll just show you a couple of the projects in here. So this was that reversible buggy liner. Janice is clearly a fan of this one because you've made quite a few projects on this book now, haven't you? So you've got all those step-by-step instructions and the photos. This was the easy peasy sun hat that you can see here that Janice has made on a previous show. You can go back and watch that on YouTube if you wanted to. That will show you how to make the dungarees as well. Then you've got that changing bag there. So it was the 4th of May at 8 o'clock if you want to go back and see how we made the dungarees. And all of the shows are on YouTube, so if you want to go and see those, you can. So this is just all about those lovely projects for, this would be perfect in that dinosaur linen fabric from the first hour. Wouldn't that be, that would be, I'm excited about that. You could make those lovely wall canvases with the dinosaur print or the crocodile. Or you could do it with the princesses.
Dinosaur print was lovely.
Isn't it really lovely? Yeah. I love those fabrics.
The thing is, with children, what you find is that dinosaurs, they're put in the shops for boys.
Yeah.
But girls love dinosaurs just as much.
That's true. We make them one thing or the other.
And with the fabrics now, you can make things for the girls as well, because you do have trouble getting dinosaur
things for girls.
That's
the thing. It gives you the choice to just make whatever you...
Yeah, and with that fabric, as soon as I saw it, I thought, I need to make something with that. Definitely.
This was the other thing that we loved in this book was a caterpillar toy. Yeah. So this is so cute. The body of this, I don't know if you can see that there, and those gorgeous rosy cheeks on the face, but it would just be such a lovely gift for
so you could make that out of this.
Out of the
because that actually felt there for you.
For your face detailing.
And then if you buy the pack, you've got the actual bodies as well.
Yeah, because as well you've got...
So you could
mix and match those Tildas.
You could do the Skittles with the caterpillar or the elephant or...
Very
there's
true.
so much to go at.
So this whole book is just filled with... you've also got different games, so not just the Skittles, but you've got in here... I'll just flick through so you can see there's a picnic basket and fruit, which, that must be what Diana had made in that picture. Little toy, isn't that lovely? Little pears and apples and bananas. So you can just see that there.
So much you can make.
There's the Skittles. The Sunshine Skittles.
I'm glad Diane made them.
Yeah, it's nice to see them that people are actually making. You hope you're not the only one. Yeah. So here it is. This is the elephant cot toy. This is what we are about to make now. So how do we get started with this one? Again, we've got the pattern in the back.
Pattern in the back. So you need to cut in your main fabric the actual elephant shape.
And we're going elephants on elephants. You can see that on your screen there. That's been made from the red Tilda bundle. Then that lovely softie.
Then we cut out the ears in the actual main fabric and a contrast fabric.
Okay.
And then we do the seat. Now the seat, you have to interface both of them, okay? So just to give it a bit of strength at the top.
Yeah, just to give it that.
And then we zigzag it on the edge. So the first thing we're going to do is zigzag the other one. I've done this one.
Okay, just show us how we're going to do one.
So if I set it to 10, and we just start off by doing the zigzag on the seat once you've cut them all out. And this is the way you start. So that might be a bit too far in.
I'm going to grab that elephant there so we can see. Let me just... So from the bundles of fabric this morning, there's 2.5 metres in there. Yeah. You could make all of the Skittles, the ball, and the elephant.
And the elephant too.
And you still had a bit of fabric left over if you wanted to make, say, the hat or one of those, the fruit you could maybe make.
The fruit or the caterpillar, or... Because I think you'd have enough for the caterpillar as well.
Oh, really? Mm. So this is the blue colourway option that Janis is working in, and the green one is on your screen, and this is the red one. This is what we're making now, the elephant. Oh, I love these little ears. It's really cute. Around there. And also you've got this hanging here if you wanted to hang it, you know, from a cot or something like that. She's really, really cute.
So then what I've done on the actual elephant, you've got markings. You've got the marking. I don't know whether we can see that on the camera.
Yeah.
You've got the marking there. That's where you're going to place the ear. You've got the eye that you embroider.
Okay.
So we embroider that in a black. And with the embroidery, it's just a back stitch. It's nothing fancy. You haven't got to worry about blanket stitch.
You can see that here, actually.
You just have to do it just a back stitch. So that's the eye. Then you've got the strap, where the strap's going to go. The notches there, which I've marked in the fabric marker. And then you've got the tail, which is going to go there.
It's quite useful to have them side by side to just see how that ends up. So that's all marked on your fabric with your pen.
So the first thing I'm going to do is attach the seat. So with the seat, what you do, fold it in half so you find the halfway mark there, and then you attach it on the curve round on the right side of the actual seat, in between the strap.
Okay, so the interface is going onto the right side of the fabric.
That's it. So if you look at that elephant, you'll see exactly the same.
So this is this part here that we're just making now. And if I bring that in there, you can see, so behind the ear, we've just got that lovely little seat, which is what we're just fitting in.
That's it. What I should have done first, ladies, was zigzagged it on the actual, once we'd attached it here. And gentlemen. So I've always think it's ladies that watch the show, but it's gentlemen as well.
No, it's not entirely.
So
it's
gentlemen as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, so I should have really zigzagged it on at the time. So.
Oh, we've had a message for Janis. Let's have a look. Hooray, Janis is back and she's looking fab, loving the hair. Well, that's from Deb. Thanks, Deb. Thanks for your message.
So I'm just going to... No, I'm not. Hold on a second. Sorry about this.
No,
guys,
okay.
Let me go back on the straight stitch and then we'll do a zigzag. That's it.
So we're zigzagging this on now to...
We're zigzagging it on, straight on. What it was, I went a bit wrong on that because I try and do as much as I can to get the demonstration across. So, of course, I remembered zigzag, and, of course, I just zigzagged it straight away without thinking.
So you would just do one lot of zigzags, that's what you're saying, that you would just put it straight onto the fabric?
Yeah, straight on, and then do one lot of zigzag onto the fabric.
I've got you, I'm with you.
That's it. Reverse stitch. That's it.
So will you just be repeating that on there?
On there.
So while you do that then, I might just go and quickly grab those fabrics and then while you just repeat the zigzag around. So this is what we've just done there. We're just attaching that seat to the main body of the elephant. You can just see that zigzag stitch. So Janis is just going to repeat that. She won't go any further. Just while I go and look at these fabrics over here. So we'll start with the blue, which is what we've been working with in this hour and that Janis is currently making the elephant out of. So this is really great because you've got an elephant print in there which just lends itself to that toy itself. But these whimsical prints from Tilda are just perfect for soft toys, for lovely little things for a children's bedroom. But also, these also would be really great for any household, you know, not a regular. An adult's bedroom, that's what I'm trying to say, because you've got that really feminine florals there. So we'll start with that, which is your soft blue with the cream flowers on that background. And then paired with that, we've got a solid pink, which you can see there. Just a classic pastel pink that just teams really beautifully with the blue. Then we've got another blue. This one's called First Kiss, so it's a slightly darker blue there, but with that flower detail in that ditzy print. Then you've got Pearl Blue, another solid one there. And then we've got this lovely circus print, again from Tilda, with that detail with the birds and the dancers and the teapot hanging from the elephant's trunk. So that's the blue bundle. You're getting 1/2 metre of all of those, so 2.5 metres in total. The circus range only launched this week here on the channel, so really great to have something new to share with you. Then the next one, do we want to do green or let's do green? So we'll start again with that floral and that ditzy print, but again, this is on a slightly darker green background there, an avocado green with the pink detail in the flower itself in those buds. Then we've got another solid pink. I think this is candy floss pink. There. Really soft. Baby pink, that one is. And then you've got another floral, a really classic floral. This one again is First Kiss, but in a different colour option. So a cream background there with your green and pink flowers, your traditional sort of version of that print. 1/2 metre of that. Then you've got your cream, just a clean uniform cream. And then you've got, what's this one called? Clone flower. Oh, clown flower, sorry. So this is your clown flower, and you've got that lovely avocado green there in the leaves and also the flowers itself. So that is your green bundle, 2.5 metres in that beautiful 3 Tilda whimsical fabrics and your 2 solids. Your last one is your red, Now also these work really well together. So you could see if I take this fabric from the red bundle, that's exactly the same as the green but in a different colour option. So they work really well together as well. You can see that family there of prints. But let's look at the red. So this one, again, is your floral print. You've got the really tiny pinprick blue on the back of that clown flower one there. Then you've got your elephant. So this is your life red. So you could make the elephant in a pink colour option if you wanted to, that bright fuchsia pink. So much detail in there. Lots to see, lots to catch your eye. Then you've also got this gorgeous postbox red, circus rose this one's called, and you've got those roses there. You can see the stamens of the flowers, the detail with that pinprick of the white on the back of the red fabric, and the greens and blues coming through there in the stem of the flower. And then we've also just got two other solids in that bundle. So you've got a green, pistachio green, and candy floss. So you've got those two options there as well to team in the bundle, so 1/2 metre of each of those. So the red is actually the most popular bundle in this hour at the moment. But that's what we've made the skittles in that you've seen, but we're also working with the blue. So you can see the skittles and the elephant there, how they work in that colourway, the green and pink complementing each other tonally, and just creating that really playful set. So we've also got a premiere of a new book today on the show. I've never had this here at Sewing Quarter, so it's a launch of this in this hour. Now, this is called Stuffing Animals. So this is much more about creating traditional animals, you know, those sort of heirloom teddy bears that will get passed down through the family. So it's really lovely for creating those teddy bears that sit up. I'll show you, you can see that on the front of the book here. But a really traditional feel to it. So this is by Abigail Glassenberg, and you've got 16 projects, but 25 different lessons, and it's all about talking you through from the initiation of your design to the construction. So what's really nice about this is she's also encouraging you to create your own design. So giving you the lessons and the tips that you need to create the animals, but also the freedom to, and also the confidence to make something that you've perhaps designed yourself. So let's just get through a bit further in where I can show you an example of the projects. So it's things like this. You've got that lovely bumblebee there. Here you can see cutting out to make the fish. All different animals. This is another option for an elephant. So you can see here it's a slightly more traditional elephant in that traditional colour, but also in terms of the how it stands, and it's got those thicker the legs and nice curly trunk. So you can see that that's talking you all through the assembly in a figure step-by-step guide. There's also a focus in this book on creating personality, you know, giving that character to the animal. So focusing on the faces, how to give them that a bit of charm and, you know, a bit of, oh, I love that, the puppy. Oh, that's so gorgeous. That little puppy standing up there. That's really, really lovely. And it does have a personality. That has a really cute face. So talking you through all of the assembly of that. You've got a lion there as well with that lovely mane. So some really traditional toys in this book. You've got a cat. And your camel. So lots of different options for standing toys. So perfect perhaps to have on a shelf in a nursery or in a bedroom, but also to play with or to have on the bed. So loads of different options in there. Also all of your patterns at the back. So you've got all of that if you wanted to photocopy those and use them to create the actual animals. Just while I'm over here, I'll just quickly show you as well. We had a bag made in that Tilda fabric in the blue, just as an example of something you could make. So in that Tilda fabric, you can see there, that's your blue circus fabric. So let's head back over to Janis. We'll carry on with our elephant. Where did we get to? We just finished the seat, hadn't we?
The seat. So if you look now, that's the seat on there. So
that's been zigzagged on.
That's been zigzagged on. That's it.
Okay.
Lovely. So then we've got to do the ears. Now, I've already done one, ready, but now we're going to do the other one. Now, again, you do one in main and one in contrast.
Yeah.
So then we do right sides together. And then we're going to machine round, all round the ear, but we're going to leave the part where we're going to match it to the actual.
So this is a very similar technique to the skittle in that you're going all the way around the edge and leaving an opening to turn it out.
No, you don't leave an opening. We're actually going to sew it on.
Oh, okay.
To the ear, if you know what I'm saying. So what we're going to do
turned out
is match it like that, machine down there.
Yeah.
And then turn it, and then that's your ear.
Ah,
so that's your guideline, you see, for your placement of the ear.
So you can see that on the finished one.
And that's what we're going to do.
You can just see that here on this finished elephant. This is the line where you're just going to place the ear, and then you can fold it back.
And you're going to fold it back. Now you can also, if you wanted to, stitch it down so you don't have this rough edge, if you wanted to. But for me to demonstrate it, I didn't want to sew it down too much because I wanted you to see it flapping. Do you know what I mean? So
right sides together.
Now, right sides together. Start the one end, and again, it's a centimetre seam. And that's a bit. That's it. Just push that to the back.
These Tilda fabrics, I think, are just so lovely for toys. Obviously, we quite often have Tilda toy kits on the show, but because they're really whimsical, they've just got, and they are very playful fabrics, but they just really do lend themselves to those sort of soft, cuddly toys, and because the cotton is really soft too, it's perfect for a little toy.
It is a nice toy. Down reverse, and then down we go. Yes, it's ideal for the soft toy. So turn it, warp the machine, and then turn. Keep that line.
Okay.
That's it. Normally I'd be using a seam ripper as well. But with the flats.
So the blue is now the most popular bundle. That's moved into the lead, so that's the one that we're working with at the moment.
Lovely,
so you've got 3 different Tilda prints from that Circus collection, and your 2 solids, so this lovely baby blue and also the baby pink as well, so 2 soft options there to combine with the designer print.
Reverse, and there we go again. And then what we do is turn it right sides out, reverse stitch. To the seam ripper. And then you can either trim the ends if you want to, or trim round to get rid of some of the bulk if you want.
Just get rid of that excess.
That's it, just trim it. And make sure that's curved at the end. That's it, it's got a little bit of the bulk, and then we're just going to turn it to the right side. And then we're going to place it on the actual.
You could even stuff the ear if you wanted to.
You could,
couldn't you? Just to give it a bit, a bit more depth. You could make that really soft, and you could put some stuffing in that as well. In fact, I think I probably would do that. Just pop some toy stuffing in that.
Shall we do that?
Why not? Oh, you've got the stuffing there.
Just going to pop some.
Just as an example. We've got about 6 or 7 minutes.
Right.
That was the quickest grab of the toy stuff.
No. That's it.
So, of course, all of those patterns, the book is about giving you the inspiration, it's giving you the ideas, it's giving you the patterns, but you can always, like we've just done there, if you wanted to add additional steps or embellish it, then you can. Oh, I really like it with that in there.
It does, it makes a difference, doesn't it? Didn't curve that enough. Right, so, and then you want to stuff the other one?
I can, yeah.
And then what we do then is we actually attach the ear to
that line.
So that's it. So you pin it, so you've got the line there. So you open that wide out, and then what you're going to do is put a pin in there. And on that line, just overlap it by about 1 centimetre.
Okay.
Or 1/4 inch.
I love this stuffing. I could just play with this all. It's so soft and it gives it some weight as well, actually, with the stuffing in the ear.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does give it weight. Definitely.
Then we're going to just attach that.
Right, so we'll just attach it and sew it.
Ah.
Just the inching.
So this is the finished elephant. This is what we're making in the show today. So this is a cot toy. You can hang it with this ribbon from your cot, and it's just really. You've got that lovely just peep of fabric there, but it's actually really nice to make the elephant in the elephant print fabric. You can see here, this is what we're doing in this hour. This is from the blue collection, and obviously you can see there you've got an actual elephant print within that. So the ribbon as well, you can just see that on your screen. This is a Beresford's stitched ribbon, so it's got that lovely detail on the edge of it, and this is a navy one. So let's show you here. It comes on a reel like this, and you've got 4 meters of ribbon in there, which we've just used to add that that hoop at the top, so you can add it onto a cot. It's a really lovely thick, a really lovely quality ribbon, navy and white. Or you've also got the option if you wanted to have it in pink. So this would work really well with the pink and red Tilda bundle. This would be great for bunting, great for edging. You could use it with that princess linen fabric from the first hour. So again, 4 meters of that in your pink and white ivory. And it's 15 millimeters, just the width of that. So we're attaching our ears.
That's it, I'm just attaching the other side.
So we overlap that by 1 centimetre just over the line that's been marked on the fabric with the fabric pen, and now we're just running that through the machine to attach it onto the main body of the elephant itself. You can see that line there. Really cute.
It's nice stuff,
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, should have thought about that yesterday. That's it. So that's the ears done. So then we do the eyes with the embroidery cotton.
So we've had another message in from Tim. Hello ladies, lovely show today. Just wanted to thank you for acknowledging us man sewists. Oh, morning. Yes, absolutely. My niece is expecting twin girls in July, so today's show, I can't scroll, will be perfect. Oh, excellent.
Oh,
congratulations to your niece.
Congratulations. And sorry about the man thing.
No, it's lovely. We do know that there's lots of male sewists too.
I've gone and unthreaded it. So what I'm doing now is just embroidering the actual eyes. So the markings again are there. So I'm literally just going to go up.
Okay.
And what I did when I was doing this, I did the back stitch with the whole eye first. When I did the eyelashes afterwards. So
you do the whole eyelid and then
the whole eyelid. That's it. And then I went back and did the eyelashes. That's it. So it's just a back stitch. It's just a tacking stitch backwards instead of forward.
Okay.
If those of you don't know how to do it.
So we've got about a minute left. What would be the next step once we'd finished the eye?
Right, the next step, when you've done the eye, is the tail. And the tail, what I've done, because the babies, again, in the book it says about using beads.
Just got to be careful with under 3s.
No,
yeah,
no, not to a cot.
No.
So what I've done is I've actually used some wool and done plaits. So I've plaited that, and I was going to get you to stand there
and give it a plait.
And give it a plait.
I can do that.
And then just quickly plait.
I'll just show you what that finished one would be like. I don't know if we'll have time to do that, but this is what it would be. So you just twist those two together once you've plaited it to create that lovely tail.
And then you attach the tail.
And you just attach the tail to this point on the fabric.
And then all you do then is literally flatten it out, sew it all the way around, leaving a gap underneath the tail of about 3 centimetres, ready to put the stuffing in to stuff it. But what you have to do as well, before you do that, you attach the strap if you want one, if you want a strap, that is. So, because then you can attach it to the cot, and that you actually get the tape, put it in between the strap, or you can make your own out of the fabric if you want one made of your own, of course. But then you just sew all the way around and then turn it and stuff it, and That's
Perfect. Well, I'm sorry we didn't get right through to the end of that, but we sort of covered the steps, and all of the instructions are in the book.
So that's really good.
Yes,
So
that's
I'm going
great.
to carry on sewing the eye.
Okay, we'll leave you doing the eye. I'm going to go back over and look back at the fabrics, but Janis is back at 11 o'clock, and we've got a really lovely storage caddy from a Debbie Shaw book, so you're not going anywhere.
No, I'm not going nowhere.
We'll be back. So we'll just head back over here and show you these, show you first of all the book. So this is what we've been working with in this hour. We've made lots of different projects from this. This was a favourite. It's a caterpillar toy, which you could make from this bundle. There'd be enough fabric in that to make the caterpillar toy. And also with that felt detail there with the lovely rosy cheeks. But you've got lots of different projects. So you've got like a reversible buggy liner. You've got an ear flap hat. You've got these lovely different nursery accessories, a cot quilt, so all different options. Inspiration, perfect if you've got a little baby on the way, or maybe you've got a young child in the family. So that's from Tina Barrett. That one is $14.95, SEMZ 79 for that one. Now the red fabric bundle. This is the most popular today. So you've got your green and pink solids, and then you've got 3 Tilda fabrics from that Circus collection. So a really lovely collection of your bright, vivid reds and pinks. NMGC 15 for that one, and that's $32.95. The green bundle, so you've got your cream and pink solids, and then you've got, again, 3 Tilda prints from that collection, from the Circus collection, and 2.5 metres in total, so 5 half-metre cuts. NMGC 15. And the last one is the blue. So you've got a baby pink and a baby blue solid and 3 Tilda prints, that lovely elephant that we just created with Janis. 2.5 metres in total. Those really lovely whimsical Tilda fabrics. NMGC 15 is your red code, and your blue one is on the bottom. So in the next hour, we've got purses back. We managed to get them back in stock. We didn't have them enough when you had the show a couple of days ago. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes for purses.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more.
So I'm going to be showing you how to do a ladder stitch. Now this is a great stitch when you want to sew something up and create an invisible stitch. So they use very small stitches when you're doing this. So I'm going to be using a needle and thread. I'm going to be using embroidery thread so you can see what I'm doing. And first of all, I'm just going to use the example of something like a pincushion, but I need to bring these 2 edges together using the invisible stitch, which is known as the ladder stitch. So first of all, I'm going to take my needle up through the fold. So I'm going to be concealing the knot in the thread. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle in through the fold of the fabric and come out. So you can see that I'm on the actual fold there. So obviously there's the raw edges are inside my pincushion. I'm going to take that through. Now I'm going to go to the opposite side and repeat that stitch. So I want to make sure that this is parallel. So I'm going to come in through that fold and come out. So again, I'm making these stitches really big so you can see what I'm doing. So you can see how I'm going across the whole of the fabric. So if I just keep doing a few stitches. So as you can see, we have the ladder stitch there going across the 2 pieces of fabric. So when I pull my thread, you can see that almost makes those stitches invisible.
Don't forget, shopping with us is easy and simple. You can just contact us at 0800 112 4433 and speak to our UK-based call centre to place an order, or shop online with us at www.sewingquarter.com.
Join us on the 20th of May when we'll be joined by Rebecca Reed, technical editor from Simply Sewing magazine. Rebecca will be demonstrating how to do easy reverse applique. With a brand new project to share with you, these circle cushions come in 3 bold, beautiful designs. So, join Rebecca on Saturday the 20th of May at 10 a.m, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99.
Welcome back. So, perfect purses return. We've managed to get them back in. So we had them in a couple of days ago with Jo Carter. She was talking you through the tutorial for the purses and it sold out in 6 minutes. So we've managed to get some stock back in. It wasn't scheduled for today's show, but because we got it back and we know a lot of people did miss out when we did it on the 16th of May, and we've bought it, we sneaked it back into this hour. So if you want to get it, you can buy that in this hour today. So let's start by looking at that purse kit, everything that you get in there, and then we've got loads of fabric options for making those gorgeous purses. This is really popular because it's just brilliant value. I'll bring in these here now. So we've got lots of different bits and pieces within this. I'm going to just bring these together. So this is what you get in the pack. It does all come as one thing, it isn't all. So, in your purses kit, this is your snap to it clutch bag kit and instructions. So it's a purse kit. You're getting 5 different purse fastenings. So a really great way of making your purses look really professional with that clasp and clip finish. What happens is you get these instructions. So you've got these are from Jo Carter. This was on the 16th of May at the 11 o'clock show. Jo spoke through how to make the purse. She made a couple of different options there. And you've got the step-by-step instructions how to do that, all in a colour guide. And they're from Jo, so they've got some lovely tips and hints. And with some diagrams you can see here, just showing you how to create the actual purses. Now, that was the 11 o'clock show on the 16th, so if you want to go back on YouTube, you can go and look at that. Just fast forward to the 4th, it will be the 3rd hour, so it would be 3 hours in. You'll be able to see all those instructions from Jo. So you get your instructions, then you also get, this is the exciting bit, these are the clasps that are attached to the purse. No, there's already a third of the stock of this has gone, and we had a lot more of this morning than we had the other day. So if you do want it, please do just call us quickly. I don't want you to miss out. I haven't even started talking about the purse clasps yet. So you've got you get 5 different tops of your purses. So the first one is this round top, which would be great for this. You could use this for a glasses case, or for a slightly larger purse. So all of these in that lovely silver finish. And with that really satisfying, that click that you get when you pop your purse together. Then you've got these perfect little ones here for a coin purse. So you get 2 of those. It's a smaller one to create maybe a little round purse for all your loose change. So again, in that lovely silver. 2 of those. So you do need to check out your baskets. Half the stock of this has gone, and we had loads of this morning. What are we going to talk about for the next hour? Then we've got this square clutch here. So this is perfect for a clutch bag. You've also got 2 little hoops on the top if you wanted to create a clutch bag, you know, perhaps with a chain on that or a ribbon. And that's a slightly bigger clasp on that one with that. Oh, they're attached. If I just open that there, you can see that metal finish. So I'll show you what some of those finished ones look like. So this is an example here of that first frame I showed you when you make the finished purse. It's just giving you that really professional touch. You've also got this one here was the small one that I said would be good for a coin purse or a glasses case. There's nothing to stop you making it, just lengthening the body of the purse itself, and you've got that fastening there for your sunglasses or your glasses. So that's the first three. Then there are a further two. So there's a square top, for a small coin purse or that glasses case. Two of those. You can just see that one there. And then your last one is a slightly wider rectangle metal top, so two of those. So in total you get 10. This is why this flies off, because this is such great value, $24.95. You're getting 10, you can make 10 purses from that kit, and 5 different sizes, 2 of each. Not only do you get those and your instructions, but you also get 2 lots of interfacing. So you can make your purses, you've got that interfacing there. This is your medium weight interfacing, and it's a metre square, so you've got 2 metres, 2 packs of that within this bundle for $24.95. And you can see there you also get your glue. So your textile glue, which is what you just insert into the metal channel of the frame. So there are only 20 left, so you, as it says on that instruction, snap to it. You've got to snap it up if you do want that this morning. This is the textile glue here with your interfacing. So that's everything on your screen, QNGC32. 10 clasps, your glue, 2 interfacings, and your instructions. I'll show you some other purse examples that Joe made. So this is the slightly larger one. This would be great for a wedding if you just want to take a small clutch bag, or if you're heading out in the evening on holiday. You've just got that slightly bigger shape. It's like a mini handbag. And you've got those little hoops there for adding a chain. Now we've also got a part-made one here. Where is it? Is it this one? No. Oh, we're missing one. Oh, we'll grab it in a second. So you've got this. You can add some detailing here. If you go back and watch that show, you can add the bows. Now, if everyone that's got this in their basket at the moment checks out, we will sell out. So we will have to get some more back in stock as quick as we can. We did bring this back today, even though it wasn't scheduled, just because we know how popular they are. So some other purse options. This is the part-made one. So when Jo talked through how you do this, she spoke about you use the glue, you pop it into the metal channel itself. So if I show you this one, it's just a great way of demonstrating that. You can see here, you just pop the glue into this metal channel. If I just hold that, you can see there, that channel that it would go into. So using the glue that comes in the pack, this one here, you insert the glue into the metal, and then you pop the fabric into the channel there and just pushing it in. And Jo actually recommends you use, you know, the wooden stirrers that you get when you make a tea, when you get tea or coffee when you're out. You just use that to gently ease the fabric right into the channel. Just to let you know, if everyone that's got it in their basket at the moment checks out, you wouldn't all get it, so you do need to move quickly on that. So that's just how you would pop that in there and attach it. So this one here, not only will you need the purse kit, but if you're going to make these purses, you're going to need some fabric to make them lovely and you know, appealing and something that you want to use. Please send us some pictures of what you make. If you got the purse kit the other day, send in a photo. So that purse I was showing you just there, this is the Dashwood Fat Quarter Bundle. Perfect for a purse or a bag, or perhaps you could make a set. So you get 8 fat quarters in that bundle. Let's have a look. So here it is in the purse. This is just the example one there. You can see that fabric peeping through inside. And that lovely detail here. So let's have a look at the fat quarter bundle. It's a really timeless collection. This was actually inspired by a paper print collection in New Zealand. The designer actually went to New Zealand, and in Wellington there was a selection of papers that he found in a second-hand shop, and those prints then inspired him to create this fabric range, let me read that again, the Pack Paper Meadow range. So you've got this really lovely collection of corals, navies and mustards. So that's your leaf print there. 46 centimetres by 56 centimetres, this Dashwood Studio Fat Quarter Bundle. Then underneath that, you've got your coral, that cloud detail. You can really see how that's inspired by paper prints. It's got that print-like feel to it. Then underneath that, you've got your lovely navy and taupe and mustard on a sky blue in all different angular shapes there, dotted through the fabrics. Then your next one, you've got a floral. So these work out $2.49 per fat quarter in this bundle. So $19.95 for all 8 of these in the collection. And obviously the colour palette all working really well because they're from that same collection. And this is one of our fat quarter bundles. This is one where when our stock of this has gone, then it's gone. We won't be getting it back in stock. So we're not limited at the moment, but once, if you miss out, if you miss it, then you will miss out on this one. We won't be getting it back in stock. So just carrying on, then you've got your mustards, again with that coral, and your creams. I'm just going to bring that one back in so you can just see that coral there, how they're matching in. Then underneath that, you've got a lovely white background fabric with your flowers and your mustards. Again, that lovely 100% cotton. Then this one here is your polka dot. Perfect, perhaps, if you want to add a little bit of interest to the inside of your purse. This particular one, we used that angular fabric and the floral, but you can see how these work really well together. You could even mix and match the purse with the floral with the polka dot. Those would work well too. And your last print in this bundle, you've got these gorgeous rectangles, again in that mustard and peachy fabric, all moving through the fabric. So, we've got a message here from Laurie in Suffolk. Morning, Laurie. Lovely to have you with us. I love hearing from everyone. It's great to know that we've got you here at home. Really pleased this came back. Missed out the other day. Got it today. Yeah. Yay. Great. Good stuff, Laurie. And she said, oh, Amy, you're a lovely presenter. Oh, thank you very much. And we've got another message here from Charlotte. Please could you show the side seam of the purse with the hinge of the clasp? How do they fit together? Okay, let's have a look at one here. So the side seam of the purse is just here, if you can see. This is an unfinished one. So then you've attached here the metal frame, and this part here would then push into the metal frame. If you've got a finished one, if I just bring in a slightly larger one, if you watch the 11 a.m. show on the 16th of May and fast forward to the 3rd hour, you'll see Jo Carter making the purse there. She talks you through all of this, and your step-by-step instructions also hold your hand, so you have got the construction details, but this is just that side seam there. Okay, so we need to apologise to Martine, Gemma, and who's Lorraine? Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Have we sold out? We've completely sold out. It went in, I must just let you know, we had 4 times as much stock today as we did on the 16th when Jo was making the purses. So we really thought we'd covered it. We thought we'd have enough. I really do apologise if you did miss out this morning. That has gone in probably 7 or 8 minutes, and we had 4 times the amount of stock. So we will be getting it back. We will bring it back onto the show. You will get it. But yeah, I apologise if you missed out this morning. So we've also got a lot of people asking for just the instructions if you've already got the kit. Now, we've sold out of the instructions because we've obviously popped those into the bundle with the kit, but we will see, our producer Hayley's just telling me now, we're going to see what we can do if we can have those instructions separately. So if you've already got the kit and you want the step-by-step guide, then either you can watch Jo on that programme that was on from the 16th, or you can, Hayley will see if she can do something. Hayley will sort us out if we can get these instructions and see if we can get those printed for you. So these are the instructions, just with that step-by-step guide there. So hopefully we'll be able to sell those separately soon. And again, just once more, I do apologise if you missed out this morning. That's been absolutely crazy. I've never known something fly so quickly. So that's the Dashwood Studio bundle there that's on your screen at the moment. And it all comes obviously packaged to you like this, wrapped up beautifully as the fat quarters always do, in that lovely little ribbon pack. So you've got all of those lovely prints there. 8 different fat quarter bundles and a popular print from Dashwood. So what should we do next? Let's have a look at the plains. These are really great for purses because if you wanted to use something neutral, so here's one in a plain and it still works really well. You can add that detail with the darts, or you could perhaps add some embroidery or applique something on. If you want to go for something in a solid, I don't know if it's a different colour. And then you could always pop a pattern fabric inside. Or again, you could add the detail in a bow in a solid. You can just see that one here. So we'll start with the iris fat quarter bundle, which is from this, that bow is from this particular pack. Let's just get this here. This one's actually really popular. Whenever we have this one on, I think this set of solids is just a really great one to have in your stash to team with those lovely teal, you know, the different floral fabrics from some of the designer prints. So we've got this kingfisher blue to start with, a really lovely and bright fabric there. Then underneath that, you've got your smart navy. I'll just lift that up, you can see slightly more clearly. Then you've got a nice royal purple there. So again, for adding that bow detail, or if you wanted to create the purse itself from a solid, either on the inside or the outside, you've got the option to do that. Then your next one, oh, this is nice. This is like a crushed, this is a dusty purple. So you can see that there. Works really well with the darker purple, but also on its own. It's sort of a muted tone, that one. Then as you come through, you've got a nice grey as well in this set. A classic grey that obviously works really well with your blues. Then you've got another turquoise, slightly darker one there. A baby blue. So these are our sort of standard value packs of fat quarters. So they're really great value, £9.95. You're getting 8 pieces in here. You've also got a white, so just a classic white fat quarter there too. 54 centimetres by 45 centimetres. Again, that iris bundle all comes packaged up like this. You can just see when you see it together, you know, in that pile all neatly folded, how that colour range works really well together. It's a great stash builder. One for maybe your bias binding, or for your quilts. Great value from So Easy with that fat quarter pack. £9.95. So there's also another option, another colourway option with these fat quarters. Let's just sort those out. Got lots of fabric in this hour. Lovely, lots of options. So your next one in your plains is this. This is a much brighter collection. You've got lovely greens and reds and corals in this. Would work really well with the Dashwood one. If I just show you that here, you can see again it's 8 pieces. This is the Winterberry fat quarter 8-piece bundle. Again, only £9.95. It would look really nice with the Dashwood. If I just bring that in, you can see how those. You can see that red there working really well together. And as we go through. Say that mustard there, you can see that would work really well with the mustards in some of these other prints. And here. And then also your pinks as well, these lovely corals would work really well together. But let's look properly at this Winterberry one. We've already looked at the Dashwood. So let's fold some of these out. So first of all, we've got this lovely dark forest green. I'll show you the size of one of these just so you know. Let's give it a shake. That's your forest green there. Then paired with that, we've got another lovely dark green. Slightly richer tones in that one. Let's lay these out. Then your next one is almost a, this is like a dusty sort of green. You can see that one there. Almost a teal. Then you've got a grassy green. Then you've also got your mustard yellow, a nice bold colour coming up here with this one. Then you've also got, this is my favourite one in the bundle, your peach. That's a really lovely peach actually, perfect for a summery project. Would work really well with some of those florals with the purses. Then you've got a brighter coral. That coral is really lovely with the dashwood. I'll just put those two together, you can see. And then your last one is a nice red. A classic red there. So you can just see all of that spectrum there. This is the Winterberry Fat Piece bundle. So you've got your dusty green, your forest green, your dark green, then you've got a grass green, a mustard, a lovely peachy one there, a coral, and a nice bold coral, darker red there. So £9.95 for all 8 of those, which worked out as, how much did we work that out as? £124 per fat quarter. LCGQ 25 for that. For all of those. So let's move those back. Let's pop those here. Let's go for a patterned one next. I'm going to look at these. This one really catches my eye. Trying to keep the table a bit neat. Not doing a very good job of that. Okay, so those were your 2 different options for your Spectrum solids. Great for teaming with them to add some detail. But these ones are really lovely. Let's open this. These are a slightly thicker fabric and they have more of a canvassy feel to them. So it's the cotton linen range, so that's why they feel slightly different. But really lovely prints. This is gorgeous. Really lovely. That's got a vintage feel to it, but those lovely khaki greens coming through in that. And also you've got the lovely dark pinks, a very traditional floral. Really nice. And then also in that bundle, you've got a polka dot on teal. So that first one there has a very different feel to it in the material. That feels much more like a linen canvassy type feel. It's almost got a weave to it. If you go in really close, you can see that background fabric has got a weave. And then this is more of a cotton in that polka dot there. I don't know if we've got a purse made of that one. No, we haven't. Then you've got a stripe. This is really soft and lovely. That lovely stripe there. We're quite limited on the stock of this one. This is a smaller polka dot there as well. Oh, I really like this bundle. This is really lovely. And then you've also got a nice soft sort of grey-green, just to team with that. But the colours working really well together. The floral's very bold, but also with those polka dots, giving you that traditional feel with the stripes as well. It's the colour palette for me on that one that's really nice. I'm a big fan. So it's the Fat Quarter Bundle Cotton Linen range. That's the fresh bundle, WJGQ42. And that one's £13.95. Lovely. So the next one, let's just move those back, is, let's have a look. So we've also got, from that same cotton linen, we've got another colour option for that, in more of your creams and your lovely damsons and sort of burgundies. So this one here is called Natural, but it's got some lovely bold reds in it as well, so it's not just neutral colours. You can see here, this is how it would arrive to you. You get 5 fat quarters again in this pack. This one you actually get 2 florals, so it's a slightly different combination. You've got that floral on the top. I'll open these out for you, but just to give you to see the different colours. Let's open these out so you can have a look. So first of all, you've got this lovely burgundy one there. These would work really well together, with the blue even. Then you've got your stripe. This is a really traditional soft stripe, actually. Would be lovely for an accessory for a really clean, a clean bedroom. Perhaps if you've got just a very fresh, neutral tones, then that stripe would be lovely for an accessory, perhaps, a little storage caddy or something like that. Then you've got that lovely polka dot there on a dark burgundy red. Then this collection, slightly different, as I said, you get 2 florals. So you've also got the floral in cream. So you can see that one there. Different colour background. And then you get a neutral cream there as well in that bundle. So all of that we had 2 or 3 days ago, and it flew. It literally went in about 8 or 9 minutes. So I'm sorry if you did miss out. You weren't the only person to, and we will get it back on the show as soon as we can. And we'll also, I know there were some requests about the instructions. We're going to see if we can sell those separately as well if you've already got the kit and you want the instructions separately. So that fat quarter bundle there, OFGQ17 is your item number for that, and that one is £13.95. Let's just fold this up a little bit, otherwise we're going to end up with a whole multitude of fat quarters. Don't want to get them muddled. So which one's the most popular at the moment with our fat quarters? Let's have a look. Nearly there. It's the Dashwood Studio. So that lovely print is because perhaps maybe we've seen the purses in that print. You can see we've got 2 options. I don't know if I showed you this one actually. So really lovely for just creating fun, playful purses. And you can obviously mix and match those fabrics from the fat quarters to have a different colour inside. So this one here has got that lovely sky blue background with the angular shapes. And then this one has got the coral. So that's 4 of the fabrics from the fat quarter bundle in that Dashwood print, inspired by those paper prints in Wellington. So this is the Pack Paper Meadow range, and you can see some of the other fabric options in that bundle there too. But it's a real navy, corals, blues and mustards. We're good for quantity today on that, but when it's gone, it's gone. We won't be getting that back in stock. So if you do like it and you've maybe had your eye on it for a while, it might be worth adding to your basket. There's also, with that particular range, there aren't many places where you can get the fat quarters. So if you want a taste of the collection, Dashwood, you know, it's exclusively 4 sewing quarter tied up with the ribbon in that pack. It's actually, if you want to try the collection and have those different fabrics all mixed and matched together in the fat quarters, then that's sort of an exclusive way to buy that here with us, rather than having, you know, lots of fabric off the bolt. So another fat quarter option in this album, we've got some lovely floral prints. So we'll start with these bold blues, and we've also got some pinks and magentas in that. And you can see some purses made out of these fabrics. Let's grab, where's the other one? Oh, I'm on my tiptoes. So this one, first of all, is you've got, oh, is this a different one? Let's see. It's this one. Let's do this one first then. Let's have a swap. So this is the one that we made. We're going to swap the graphics. It's this one. So you can see here in this glasses case. So I was saying earlier, with these purse fastenings, you don't just have to use this small one for a glasses case. You can extend out. So you can extend the shape rather than it just being completely straight. You can go slightly wider. You can lengthen it to create a glasses case. So that fabric there. And then you've also got the option here, well, I'll just show you what was inside that. That's that lovely purple polka dot as well, peeping through on the inside. Another one from this Roses and Dots in a different colour combination. You've got the purple again inside there, but a floral on the outside. So this Roses and Dots fat quarter bundle from So Easy. Let's have a look what we've got in there. We've got how many in total? 1, 2, 3. We've got 6 in total, but you get 2 of the rose print. So it's 4 different prints in that bundle. So let's go through them. First of all, you've got the lovely flowers, and we spotted, and when you look closely at this, you can actually see, perfect for a sewist, there are some scissors. So you can just see that detail there. If we push in on the fabric, we've got that magenta handle, which is really lovely, and also the mustard handle in the scissors there, and the flowers and the petals. So that's really lovely. Then you've got your purple polka dot. This one's always popular, £14.95. I'm just going to lay that there so you can see. So we've used that for the inside of the purse if you wanted to have a slightly more muted fabric option for that. But you could use that maybe for the back of a cushion. You could use the floral for the front, or you could patchwork, mix and match these together. Then you've also got a different colour option there in the roses. So So that's more your pinks and purples and greens. Then there's a pink polka dot option, so a slightly different colour option. And you get 2 of that print that you can see here. So there is another one. There is another one of that. So these 2 are the same. And then you've got your other options there. And there's also one more purple, so you get 2 of these. If I take this away, it's probably easier. So you get 2 of the purple, 2 of this floral here in the middle, and then you get 1 of the pink and 1 of the pink. So 1, 1, 2, 2. I hope that makes sense. You can see that maybe more clearly in the picture there laid out for you. XNGQ68 for that one. So your next one, let's do that dots and flowers, the other one that I was going to look at before. Let's just pop those back on there. So obviously with the pre-cut fabric, all of the, they've been cut for you. You haven't got to worry about getting your rotary cutter out to create those squares. And it's also, with fat quarters, the great thing about the shape is that you're getting, rather than it being a quarter of the metre cut lengthways across, across the width, you're getting a fatter part of the fabric, so you're getting more of the pattern. If you want to fussy cut, particularly in those fabrics where you've got a big bold flower or something like that and you wanted to cut it out and applique it, because you're getting a fatter section of the fabric, you're getting more of the design in that fat quarter. So the next one we've got is this lovely, colourful and bright aqua blue in this fat quarter with your pinks and your whites and your magentas. So you've got a flower here, you've also got some lovely polka dots. Rather than them being those tiny pinprick ones, you've got slightly larger circles in this bundle. A really summery feel to this. Then underneath that you've got it in a different colour, so you've got it in your baby pink. These would be lovely for a summer baby, with your blue and pink there. So you get 6 fat quarters in this bundle. Then you've got it in a lovely bright blue there too. Then we also come through, this is another one, that same pattern, but in a lovely dusty purple. That's my favourite colour option of this actually. Did we have the purse with that in? I don't know where it's gone. And then we've also got it in a bright pink. So this print just being repeated, but with all different colour options on the background. So this is the Roses and Dots Fat Quarter Bundle by Fat Easy. So Easy, sorry, Fat Quarter Bundle by So Easy. And then you've got your white background there. So you've got the white one, the pink, the dusty purple, the blue, the baby pink, and the aqua. So 6 different ones in that pack there. $14.95. XNGQ68 for that one. Okay, let's have a look at some other fat quarters. I did warn you there are lots to choose from in this hour. So this one here is a mixture of really lovely pastels. I've never seen this one before. So you've got pinks, blues and greens, and they come in different polka dots and also a lovely ditzy floral print. So again, come to you like this, all packaged up beautifully with your ribbon tied around it. 100% cotton, so really soft. They're just like a gift fat quarters, aren't they? I think because of how they're wrapped, you just can't wait to get that ribbon off and get inside. So this is the Daisy Polka Dot Fat Quarter Bundle. Again, 6 designs in this one, so let's open it out and see what we've got. So we've got the ditzy floral there in your pink. So lovely whites and also that slate grey in the detail of the flower itself. Then you've got a pink polka dot. Lovely soft pinks there. This would be lovely for if you wanted to patchwork maybe a tote bag or a carrier bag or a ballet bag. Then you've got it in blue. A nice whimsical print there in this. Then you get the blue as well in the polka dot. You can just see those there. Then we move on to green. So you've got your green floral. Oh. So this particular fat quarter bundle, we're very limited in stock on this. As I said, I've never seen it before, and it is a really lovely bundle. So if you do like this one, just make sure if you've got it in your basket that you do check it out. And also, or you can give the call centre a ring, 0800 112 4433. And then you've got your other dot there in that lovely soft green. A really summery collection, MIGQ78. So those 6 different ones there, 3 polka dots, 3 florals in your 3 different colourways, $14.95. All of those are 100% cotton, 54 centimetres by 45 centimetres. That's your So Easy Daisy Polka Dot Fat Quarter Bundle. I really like that one. That's really lovely. So, we've also got the Ditzy Butterfly. So this is a similar one. I'll bring that in here again with some polka dots. Let's just fold these up. If you bought some fat quarters this morning, let me know what you're making. Send me a message, studio@sewingquarter.com. So this is the other option with your fat quarter bundle here with some other different polka dots and florals. I don't know if we've got one open of this. We might have to open this one. Yay, I get to open it. This is the most satisfying part of the fat quarter bundle, when it arrives and you get to open it all out. So, again, your 100% cotton. This is the Ditzy Butterfly Fat Quarter Pack. Here we go. So we have got a lovely white background there with a floral print on it, and that's got some khaki florals coming through in that, and also some butterfly details, so a bit more, rather than it just being a ditzy flower print, you've also got some details in your butterflies and in your petals. And you've got a nice soft grey in that too. Then we come in with a bold kingfisher blue polka dot there. So it's a nice, a sizable polka dot as opposed to a really small dot. Then you've got that floral in another colour option. So this time in corals and peaches, and also in the turquoise. So you can see that there. Then we've got this peachy pink polka dot. That's a really lovely shade of pink. It's slightly warmer than some of those baby pinks in the other bundles. Perfect for purse making. Then we've also got the floral again, but in another colourway. This one's got some yellow and purple injected into it, so it's a slightly brighter option. You can just see that one there. And that khaki, and the khaki leaves and running all the way through those 3 floral prints. So they do just tie in really well together. And then finishing off with a grey polka dot. So that's your Ditzy Butterfly Fat Quarter Bundle. SEGQ37. And that's $14.95. So, we haven't finished. We have got one more. The table, I could just cover the whole table in fat quarters. We must have probably about 100 in this hour. So this one is focusing on your polka dots. You've got 2 different sizes of polka dots, but in all different colour options. So this is your pack here. 6 in the pack, 6 different colours. Really bold polka dots. So rather than those pastels, it's quite nice to have, if you want something slightly brighter and bolder, you could team these with some plain solids or some florals or other design fabrics. Let's look at what's inside that. So you've got this is a purpley pink. This is leaning a little bit towards a purple actually. As I said, 2 different sizes in your polka dots in that lovely white dot there. Polka dots are just so classic, aren't they? I think you can team them with anything. Then you've got a navy. Let's open that one out. Then you've got that bright turquoise. Then you've got a nice green. Then you've got your purples. So this is a nice royal purple there, a deep purple. And then you've got your lovely dark pink. So these really would be great for linings. Perhaps if you're making a bag and you want to just have that pop of colour, and when you open the pockets, this would be great for that. The lining of a purse, if you wanted the inside, if you've got that at the beginning of the show, or if perhaps you're making a toiletry bag, or if you're making a tea cosy and you want the inside to be slightly different to the outside, a polka dot's really nice for that because you've still got a slight design feel to it, but without it being too crazy and too busy with print. So FDGQ64, $10.95 for that. That one's really good value actually. So you can see all your different colour options there. So let's just have another look at that Dashwood and the finished purses that we've made of that. This one's been really popular in this hour. As I said earlier, this is once we've sold out of this fabric, we won't be getting it back on the show. So if you do like it, and it's one you've maybe had your eye on, then today is the day to add it to your basket because we won't be getting it back in stock. So you get 8 fat quarters in this bundle, and this was inspired by the designer's trip to Wellington in New Zealand from some paper prints that he found, and you can really see that in the texture of the designs. You can see how that imprint and the sort of the stamping and the paper printing really comes through. This is a premium quality fabric, so it's really soft, really lovely to work with. So here you've got your leaves to start off with. The whole collection is really your mustards and your corals and your navies on a nice plain background. Then underneath that, you've got this lovely coral clouds, or some of those look like trees where you've got the printed rectangles next to it. But a nice bold colour there with that one. We've used this as the lining of a purse, you can see just here. So it's just peeping through there on the inside of your purse. Then you've also got this lovely sky blue one there with some different angular shapes in your white, mustard and navy. Again, we use this for a lining in the purse. It really brings it to life when you actually see it, you know, in reality, in use, I think, in a project. Sometimes you look at the fabric and when you actually see it as put into something, you know, in situ, then you actually start to be inspired to make something. Also, if you've never bought from Sewing Quarter before, and this is the first time you're maybe thinking of buying something, if you spend over £10, so this would qualify, you actually get sent a free Sewing Quarter sewing kit, which is worth £14.95. I'll show you that. So this gets automatically added to your first order over £10. This will be sent to you, a gift from us to you to say thank you for joining us. So it's a nice little navy pack, perfect for taking on your travels, taking away with you or taking to a sewing class or a workshop or perhaps an exhibition. We get lots of compliments on these. So you've got thousands of these have gone out. So I'm sure there are lots of people in the country with Sewing Quarter sewing kits. So you've got 12 different threads in there. Then you've got your tape measure, your safety pins, your scissors, your buttons, your seam ripper, which Janis always uses to feed her things through the machine, her fabric through the machine, and your needles there too. So just the perfect kit to have to hand. Sometimes you just need something small and easy to take on the go, and that's a great option for that. So that would be added to your order if you bought this Dashwood fabric today and it's your first one from us. Anything over £10.95. So carrying on with that, you've got your next Dashwood fabric here. Again, you can see that in the purse. Lots of you managed to get that purse. If you managed to get the purse pack this morning, well done. If you want to go back and watch Jo Carter's tutorial on that, it's on YouTube from the 16th of May, and it's the last hour, so that will be from 3 hours onwards. So your next print, you can actually click on 11 AM, that will take you straight to that. Then you've got your mustard print there with a lovely stamp on it in your coral and your cream. Then underneath that, you can see that there in the purse. A lovely clean one. I'd like actually a toiletry bag in that. I think because it's white, it's got that lovely sort of bathroom type feel to it. If you had one of the bigger frames, or like Jo said as well, you could use the frame and just build out slightly further. It doesn't have to go completely flat down in a rectangular shape. So you could create a slightly bigger makeup bag or something, a toiletry bag for all your bits and pieces to take away with you. Two more fabrics in this bundle, 8 in total. So you've got a polka dot here on a navy. They've actually combined all the colours, which is really nice, to create some little double polka dots. It's a really lovely quality fabric. It's really soft. That almost looks, yes, like producer Hayley's saying, it's like when you hole punch paper and you have those little holes coming through. It's just like that, but in lots of different bright colours. And then underneath there, you've got that lovely sort of taupe colour. Matches my nails perfectly with your nails and your mustards. And again, you can see that print. You can see that lovely detail in the small rectangles, in some little bits of text there, some texture in the faded in and out linear print of that stamp. So that one's really popular, FRAD 93. It's the Dashwood Studio 8-piece fat quarter pack. Once we have sold out of that, we won't be getting it back on the show. So if you do like it, add it to your basket. So did we want to look at, let's have a look, let's just move that. What we're actually going to do is we're going to recap the fabrics from the 8 a.m. show. This was the purse hour. They sold out in record time this morning. We had 4 times the amount of stock than what we had last time we had them on the show, and they went in 7 or 8 minutes. So if you did manage to get one, well done. I'm going to look at those fabrics we had from the first hour, really playful fabrics that were a premiere on the show today. So these are a launch. We'd never had them on before. Really popular in the 8 o'clock show. If you've just joined us, then let me share these with you because they really are gorgeous. Now, what we've done is we're selling the printed linens by the ½ metre. So this is cut off the bolts, this is cut to measure, so you can have as much or as little as you want. So rather than us bundling it with the Spectrum solids that we've teamed colour-wise, we're allowing you to buy this just by the ½ metre, so you can get as much fabric as you need. So this is a really wide fabric as well. It's 140 centimetres, 55 inches, so it's a really wide fabric, perfect for curtains or blinds. And there's some really lovely ones here for boys, which is great. So let's look at the dinosaurs to start with. Now, this is a heavier weight fabric than normal. This is a mix. So it's got a canvas feel to it. It's much more durable. It's got more strength. Perfect for those projects that you want to have some longevity. And also, with these, they're 80% cotton and 20% polyester. So that one on your screen at the moment is your linen dinosaurs. Brand new today. So you've got that camel colour dinosaur there. You've got your teals, your greens, your lovely palm trees and apples as well in that print. It's really playful. Now we've also got some Spectrum solids that match with that really well. So it's the brown bundle. You've got a chocolate brown, a lovely cream and a latte colour as well. So you can just see that on the bottom of your screen, the graphic for that, if you wanted to match some Spectrum solids to go with your dinosaurs. If I just lift that up, you can see those as a 3. So in the Spectrum solids, you get ½ metre of those 3 different colours. So it's 1.5 metres in total. The dinosaur fabric is in ½ metre increments, however much or little you want. So the most popular one at 8 o'clock was the diggers. So let's look at that. Now this fabric is absolutely filled with iconic different diggers and cars and cones and traffic signals. And so really perfect for maybe a gift for a little boy. You've got some nice spanners and screwdrivers, or a little girl, absolutely. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You've got that nice crane here as well. We were saying these would be lovely to fussy cut, so you could applique that onto something. I'm going to show you the width of the fabric, actually, if I open this right out. It is massive, so forgive me while I just cover the whole table. But it's a really wide fabric, 140 centimetres. So we were saying this would be really perfect for blinds or for curtains, because you've got lots of pattern there. The other option that producer Hayley had as a really great idea was a wigwam. This, because the fabric is that canvas feel to it and it's got that natural oatmeal-y background, we were saying a wigwam for the garden or a bedroom would look great in this fabric. If anyone does that, please send us a photo. So, we're expecting this one to sell out, the diggers. It has gone really quickly this morning, ANFG 86. Now your complementary mellow yellow Spectrum solids to go with that is on the bottom of your screen. So again, those colours matched up for you. You've got a peach. Just going to quickly show you these. I want to show you the linens. So you've got ½ metre of your peach, ½ metre of your mustards, that lovely bright yellow, and ½ metre of your grey. And if I just show you that with the diggers there, let's see if I can hold all of those up. Testing myself now. If I just see, you can see those, if we come in You can just see those colours there working really well together. Now, all of these linen fabrics are on an oatmeal-y background, and if you look really closely at them, they do look woven. We were saying if you looked under a microscope, it almost looks like how sand would look under a microscope. It's got some texture to it, and the fabrics are heavier. They are a heavier weight. They've got that durability. They've got that strength. So if you're doing home projects, whether that's a doorstop or something for a playroom, for storage caddies, these really are great for that. Now the next one, I'm going to show you the girly option. This is your princess. So you've got some really pretty, girly, sort of magical different prints here in this canvas. So you've got princesses, you've got clouds, you've got unicorns, you've got castles, that traditional castle there in your reds and pinks. Your lovely trees, that simple design but really effective. And again, you could fussy cut these. You could take that out and add it onto a plain fabric. You could take that castle off. I said earlier this would be great for party bags or for bunting. Or you could do those crowns and wands for parties. This is really lovely for that. You could do a picnic blanket because you could use that outdoors, but because it's that slightly thicker fabric. And perhaps if you're going on a picnic, you're taking your hamper and your basket, this would be lovely for that. Or you could line a basket with it actually for a bedroom. Again, those unicorns in different colour options. UFFG67. Also, these are $4.95 per half metre, and it is that thicker fabric. It is going to last. I think this, it's really great value. That's why it's been so popular this morning. Now, your Spectrum solids to match with this, these are from Macauer, so they're 100% cotton. Again, a half a metre of each of these. So you've got your lilac. You can see there, just matching with that, with the crown on the princess. Then you've got your candy floss pink. And you've got your royal purple there. So you can just see those, half a metre of all of those, how they would work really well with the printed linen. MFGC21 is your number for that, and it's $9.45 for the metre and a half of Spectrum solids. Now your last one is our happy crocodiles, our snappy crocs. So again, this is another green one. So this would work really well with the dinosaurs. The greens are exactly the same on that oatmeal background. So you could team those together if you were maybe doing a quilt, or if you wanted to do a reversible cushion or a reversible bag. This would be a really great fabric for that. So here's your crocodiles. Let's hold that up. You've got some red coming into that too. Two different colours and some different sizes in the crocodiles themselves. Some of them are darker green, some of them are lighter, slightly more bright. Again, on that neutral background. You can see there in that close-up what I mean about the texture. It's got a weave to it in the background of that, almost like a speckled sand. So the linen snappy croc, KGFG90 for that one. I'm going to just show you the dinosaurs next to that too, if I can just hold those up together. Those working really well as a pair because the greens just match tonally perfectly. So you can see the crocodile at the bottom of your, at the top, and the dinosaur at the bottom. And then the bundle to go with the crocodiles, or actually the dinosaurs would work. We've got a green bundle here, so it's a trio of green. Working your way through, you've got a dark forest green, half a metre of this one. Let me show you how much you're getting of all of these. I'll just open one out. So you've got half a metre of your forest green there. Then you have got half a metre of a lovely bright lime green. You can see that one there, really soft. And then you've got your pistachio green as your third option there in your colours. So as I said, that would work really well with your crocodiles. I'll show you it with the crocodiles and your dinosaurs. Great. So these were actually in the 8 a.m. show. If you wanted to go back and look at any of those in more detail, you can do that. They're all on the show from there. So let's just go back over and quickly look at those fat quarters that we've had in this hour. So they're our linen print fabrics. They were a launch today, a premiere, some really playful ones in your dinosaurs, crocodiles, princess fabrics, and your diggers. So they're all on the website, $4.95 per half metre. So back over here for our fat quarters. We had 9 different fat quarter options this morning, so a whole array. You can see some of them here in these purses. Which one's the most popular? It's our Dashwood. Dashwood is still in the lead. So this is just a quick flick through these. You can see you've got your lovely whites, your neutral sort of taupe colours, your mustards and navies, the coral, and the Dashwood ribbon all tied around this is done exclusively for sewing quarter. When you have the fat quarter bundle, just giving you that taste of the collection with all the different fabrics. And you can see them there in the purses too. So you can see we've got that just peeping through in the interior of the purse. So this is, in 4 fat quarters you can make these 2 purses. And then another one I'll just quickly show you are your plain fat quarters. So 2 options for this. You've got your iris bundle, which is all of your blues, so turquoises, your violets, your dark purples, your greys, your sky blues, and your whites. So you get 8 fat quarters in there, really great value, 54 centimetres by 45 centimetres. So these are $1.24 per fat quarter, really cheap. Then also you've got in another option, in your Winterberry, you've got lovely dark greens, lighter greens, mustards, peaches, corals and pinks. That's the one on your bottom of your screen, LCGQ25. So, if you've got the purses, well done. Send us some pictures of the purses that you make. We will get them back in stock as soon as we can. Janis is here with me now and we'll be back in 3 minutes.
Follow us on Instagram. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to get our latest posts.
My name is Janis Hobbs and I'm a dressmaker. I got into dressmaking from my mother, brought up with it all my life. Never used to like it, but then started doing it more and more. I like making dresses. The more intricate, the better. The more difficult, I like the challenge. Top sewing tip is using the seam ripper to move fabric along the machine. Favourite outfit I've made is my reversible suits. I'm known for my reversible suits. And what happens with that is I do children's jackets and trousers reversed. So you use 2 lots of fabric, but then you can wear the items 4 different ways. And if a baby gets sick or goes on holiday and gets chocolate ice cream down them, you can completely turn the outfit down the other way and you've got an outfit until they get home ready. I do think this sewing quarter will expand the quilting industry because it's going to be more available to you, and with television and with what the media do now, with being able to pause these programmes and stuff like that, and you can keep going back and repeating it. Whereas with radio, you can't do that. You can't pause a radio, but you can television. And I do think sewing quarters are really, really going to benefit quilters. I want to work at the sewing quarter because it is about time there was a channel dedicated to sewing. Because, like I say, for years I've sewn. I've done night school years ago, taught myself, but you can pick up tips and loads of things from an actual channel dedicated to it. Yes, about time.
Join us on the 20th of May when we'll be joined by Rebecca Reed, technical editor from Simply Sewing magazine. Rebecca will be demonstrating how to do easy reverse applique. With a brand new project to share with you, these circle cushions come in 3 bold, beautiful designs. So, join Rebecca on Saturday the 20th of May at 10 AM, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. welcome back to our last hour. Thanks for joining us here this morning at Sewing Quarter. Now, in this hour, I'm joined again by Janis Hobbs, and we're looking at making this really useful, handy storage caddy with loads of different pockets in there, you can see here, and a drawstring detail on the top. Really, really lovely. I love that. I would love that for all like sort of hair and makeup accessories. It would look really great in a bedroom. Trust me to go straight for a girly option, but we've got 4 colourway options in a bundle to create that. So we'll show you first of all in that bundle that it's been made in. So this is your 50s floral. In all of these bundles this morning, you're getting 1.5 meters of fabric. So you get 1 meter of your designed fabric, so the one, you know, your print, and then you get 0.5 meter of either a plain or a gingham to go with that. So it's 1.5 meters of fabric in total. You also get a complementary thread, some interfacing, and a ribbon that also ties in with the right, you know, with those colours. So thread, ribbon, interfacing, and 1.5 meters of fabric. Let's look first of all at this first colour option. It's going to make a little bit of space. So you can see there on your screen, that's everything that's included for £24.95. And this is the Tidy Caddy bundle. So we're starting with this 50s floral. So let's open this out and have a look at this. So here you can see these lovely 2 different shapes, sort of tulips. So you've got a circular and a more angular triangle one there, with your petals on a lovely, clean, crisp white background, teamed with your navies and baby pinks. So you get 1 meter of that one. And then with that, you get 0.5 meter of a spectrum solid. So with this one, we've popped this with a lovely pink. So we've put these together for you so that you could, this is enough for you to make in this easy pack to create this storage caddy that we're making with Janis in this hour. So the book has all of the pattern and the information in it, and then these bundles are put together for you to be able to make that caddy everything that you need. So that's your first one. Your second option, let's look at the buttons. So we've got this Notions range back from Makawa, which is just perfect for sewists because it's all about using those different iconic items that you would find in a sewing room or in your sewing bag in a haberdashery. So whether that's buttons, tape measures, you know, rulers, knitting needles, all sorts of things. So this one here, that was a pink thread, by the way, in that first bundle. So this is your buttons fabric. Let's open this out. Haberdashery buttons. And your navy gingham, your interfacing, a navy ribbon in this pack, and a navy thread as well. Let me just show you this buttons fabric. So it's got a lovely cream background, and then you've got buttons of all different shapes and sizes there. Shell shapes and a little robin bird there, daisies, flowers, circles, hearts. So you get 1 meter of this one from the Notions range, and then you get 0.5 meter of a navy gingham. So a classic gingham there. You can see those 2 colours. Oh, producer Hayley said this one's her favourite. So you can just see those 2 colours there, the navy and the cream working really well together. To create, you know, if you wanted to create a traditional storage caddy and you've got a sewing room or you've got somewhere where you want to, if you want to, you know, keep things next to the settee or something, and you want to have all your sewing accessories in a sewing caddy, then this is the material for you. FCGC 38 for that one. I'll just show you the thread as well. So all of these threads are from Gutermann, so you've got that there. 100% polyester, and it's 100 meters of thread in that one. And then you've also got your navy ribbon with that lovely white detail, 4 meters of that. So that's the Beresford stitched ribbon. 15 millimeters in width and 4 meters in length. So you can see that there. Everything in your pack, again, £24.95 for all of that. Now with your interfacing, you're getting 1 meter in all of these packs, so it's 1 meter square, and it's a medium weight interfacing. So your next one, again, this is another one from the Notions range. This is your tape measure. Sometimes Janis wears an apron made out of this tape measures fabric. We haven't got it on today. So you can, let me open this a little bit more. This will be great for specifically for a sewing storage caddy. So you've got your tape measure there. You can see all your traditional numbers, that traditional colour as well, with the metal clasp on the tape measure. So you're getting 1 metre of that, and paired with that, for your tidy, is a red gingham. I'll just show you that one here. A nice traditional red gingham, paired with the yellow. That's a nice deep postbox red. You can't look at that too much on the screen, it makes your eyes go funny. So let's move on to the next one. That comes with a red thread. So let's just have a look. For the red one, you also get a black ribbon with this set. So this is your the tape measure design graphic you can see on your screen there now. So you get the black ribbon, which works really well with the black on the tape measure. You can see there that stitch line on the Beresford's ribbon is exactly the same colour as the tape measure fabric. And then a red thread with that set. So reds, blacks and yellows in that one. And your last one, this one's my favourite. I've never seen this fabric before. I love new. So this is this might be a premiere. We're just going to check. It is. So this looks like rickrack going all through the fabric, and it's in a lovely white and grey. So you've got lovely. It's actually called grey rickrack, and you've got a gingham within the rickrack. You've got little hearts there. It's almost like ribbon all woven across the fabric. It creates some depth actually and texture to it. So you've got the red polka dot, rickrack and the ribbon all woven through with your hearts, with the slate grey and soft grey. So you get 1 metre of that, and then you get 1/2 metre. It's been on once before, so still pretty new. Then you've got that this lovely grey, classic grey polka dot with a cream print on it there. And this picks out the grey ribbon that's got a polka dot on it too. If I just hold that there, you can see. Can you see that polka dot across the two, just here and here? So you get 1/2 metre of the polka dot. And this particular bundle is teamed with a grey ribbon. So it's a lovely soft grey for this storage caddy for creating that drawstring. And your red thread, which just works there with the rickrack fabric. So £24.95 for that bundle, EIGC 52. Now, the only other thing you would need to add to these bundles is the book for the pattern. So we'll head over to Janis and we'll get started with this caddy. Hello, you're back.
Okay.
Did you get a nice cup of tea?
I did.
Good. Good stuff. So we're making the caddy today from the Debbie Shaw book.
Yeah.
How easy was this to make?
The end was a bit tough.
Okay.
You need a bit of experience with this. But the main of it was the actual cutting out the strips.
Oh, it
and
took some
once
time.
you cut out the fabric, it goes together quite well.
So the assembly's quick, but perhaps the preparation is a little bit longer.
At the end, it took me about an hour to work out what they were asking of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, and I worked it out.
So we can demystify that.
I'm hoping to get to that stage.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Let's go then, let's crack on.
If I can, that'd be great.
So we've got all the different pockets on this body. It's got a cylindrical sort of shape there in that. So you can see in the circle on the bottom. And then you've got all those pockets for all your accessories around the edges and that drawstring.
But
if we open that out,
lovely.
yeah, it's a nice unique shape, isn't it?
Yeah, I loved it. As soon as I saw it in the book, I thought I have got to make me one of those.
It's deceivingly big as well. Like if I open that out,
it's massive.
There's some real depth to that bag.
It's lovely.
You can just see there.
Lovely size.
And if you didn't add, you could also not add the pockets and just have it as a drawstring bag with a handle. So you know if you wanted to do that. So how do we start this one then?
The first thing you do, you have to do an 8-inch across circle.
Right.
So what I did, I actually grabbed some wrapping paper because I hadn't got any tracing paper. So I actually grabbed some wrapping paper to do this.
Okay.
So to do an 8-inch circle, you literally have some paper, fold it into quarters, and then you measure from the corner down 4 inches.
Okay.
And so you get your tape measure, making out, pretending this is a great big piece of paper.
Yeah.
Measure 4 inches, mark it. 4 inches from the corner, keep marking, keep marking, keep marking, right up until you're right up straight.
Okay.
Then you actually join your markings
to create a line, so creating a semicircle.
and then you cut round it. And then when you open it out, you've got your 8-inch.
Perfect circle.
Perfect circle.
Great tip, I like that.
Just shows you how to do
So then you're creating that 8 centimetre diameter
so
across 8 inch.
If on any project you need a circle, that's the way I always
an easy way to do it.
So any paper you can use, newspaper, anything you've got in the house.
Any old scraps.
Yeah, you always get newspapers coming through the door and you think, I don't need these.
I do for this.
But you do now for this. So that's that. So first thing you have to do, you cut out 2 of the circles, one for your base underneath and one for the lining. And then you interface one of the pieces of the circle.
Okay.
Okay. Then the next one you cut out.
So that interfacing is in the pack with all of your fabrics.
Yeah, it is.
So you've got that all bundled for you.
Now this is the handle. Now I've done this 12 by 4 inches or 31 centimetres by 10 centimetres. This is interfaced. In the actual pattern, it asks you only to do an 8-inch by 4-inch.
Okay.
And I thought that was far too small. So I've actually
So you went for a slightly longer handle. So you've just got that some space on the top.
That's it. And I think that's a better size. But again, it's up to the individual. If you want to make it bigger, it's up to you.
Customise it.
So that's it. Then the next parts are the drawstring. And again, for the drawstring part, fabric A, which is your smaller piece of fabric you get in your pack.
Yeah.
Is 60, you have to do a piece 26 by 2 inches or 66 centimetres by 5 centimetres.
Yeah.
I'm doing this first and then you'll see
we can see how we assemble it together.
The second bit in your fabric B, is the drawstring section again, and this is 63.5 centimetres by 10 centimetres or 25 by 4 inches, and you need 2 strips of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know which part that means.
See, like I say, it's all this.
It's the prep that's doing it. But I think as well, like, I mean, you've labelled these anyway, but it's just handy if you pop a little note on them so you know you're not going to mix up. Is that the handle? Is that the drawstring? You've just got it. Once you've got it cut, laid out on the table, then you can go. Now I can get on with the fun bit.
So then the pocket pieces, which are the pockets that go in round. Now these ones are done in your fabric B, which is your bigger piece of fabric you get in your pack. You have to join these pieces together because most of the cottons are 45 inches wide and you need this 62 inches wide.
Ah, okay.
So I've done 231 each.
So half and half.
Half and half. And what we've got to do is join 2 together, which I'll do, but you have to cut these 4 times at 31 inches wide. So it's 62 by 6 inches twice.
Okay.
But then we've got to join them, which I'll do.
So you've got your inside and outside.
That's it. And then these are the side pieces. And on this one, you have to interface another piece of one of the side pieces, not the other one, just the one.
So can we just quickly, so this side piece is this part here, the main body of the bag. The pockets is this part here, obviously, that goes all the way around in and out. The drawstring is this section here, this circle going around the outside.
And then
the handle is obviously the handle.
And then
your circles are this section here, the base on the inside.
And out.
And outside.
That's it.
So all of your instructions for this are in the book. That step-by-step guide of how to do it, you know, what your sizes are, all of the different pieces that you need to put together.
So the first thing we're going to start with is the handle.
Okay.
So get your handle piece after you've interfaced it exactly the same. And what you do, you fold the 2 centre piece into the middle, like so. Straight into the middle. Estimating it.
Do the iron?
Yeah, we can do with the iron at this. Yeah, I will. So I was going to do it, fold it again, then press it, but we'll do it as we go along.
Let's just move these.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
Get our mat out.
So.
Just mind your hand.
Sorry, I know.
So the book is on the bottom of your screen there. This is a Debbie Shaw book. Obviously, she's extremely well known in the sewing world. She's had loads of books. This one really focusing on sewing room accessories. So it's specifically for sewists. So you've got different rolls. I'll show you actually, like this one on the front. So there's like a roll here for all your tools if you wanted to take them to classes. You've got 15 gorgeous different projects in there. So carry cases, tool rolls, cutting mat carriers, pin cushions, and then obviously this one this morning, the storage caddy that we're making here. So we're pressing the handles.
I've pressed into the centre.
Like bias binding?
You fold it again. And then what you have to do is top stitch down both sides on the machine. That's it. That's a good press, I think.
Okay.
So we're going to use the iron a lot today, I think so.
I'm just going to move it then out of the way of the mat. Can we just, let's move that here. I just don't want to iron on the mat.
Just going to top stitch, so I'll do about between the 1/8 and 3/8. Good.
That's it.
That's it.
So we're top stitching the handle.
That's it.
This is the buttons fabric from the Notions range from Macawa. So it's just got those really gorgeous details in the buttons. They're old-fashioned buttons, aren't they?
Are.
I remember you saying before, like, I recognise all of these.
Traditional.
They're traditional buttons.
Yes, yeah. I've probably got some still in a button box
In a
as well.
stash. So that's the one on your screens there. It's the Tidy Caddy bundle. That's the buttons design. This is the one we're working with the navy gingham and your ribbon and your navy thread as well. Plus the interfacing that we're using in the handles and in the base and in different sections of the bag.
So that's that done. And then what you do on the ends, you satin stitch the ends.
A satin stitch?
Satin stitch, which should be on the machine. So if I just trim that facing off.
What's a satin stitch then, Janice?
It's on the machine and it's really close to the, it's like, like buttonholes. When you do
like a buttonhole.
buttonholes, the buttonhole, that stitch.
Yes, that
like
tight
that.
together.
But on here, it's number 25, I think.
Do you know it off by heart?
I used
This
it
one here.
morning. Yeah. You normally have a satin stitch foot as well, but I'll just do it and hope for the best on the end of it.
So what's your seam allowance on that?
Just a centimetre.
A centimetre.
I always worry when I'm doing embroidery stitches, just in case the machine clogs.
We're all good.
Can you see?
Oh yes,
That's
just
a
giving you that
satin
nice
stitch,
end
it's just
sort of
that
finish.
nice edge on the end.
Also with the handling, you want the edge of your handle to be nice and strong.
Yeah. Or you could fold it in and do the satin stitch as well, so you've got a nice edge on it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you
So-
wanted to fold that.
Yeah. Oops. That's it. I'll just put that out. That's it. So that's the first thing we do.
It's lovely jubbly.
And then we just put that to one side for now. That's it.
So that's
your
our
first.
handle. So that's
the
number
handle
one.
bit
We
there.
can tick that one off the list.
Tick that one off the list.
Okay.
That's it. So then, the next thing...
I'm going to take these as we go. If we tick them off the list. So handle's done. Let's get rid of that post-it. Next
Right,
one up
so-
is...
Now, this is the drawstring. So we start off by doing the A, which is the 66 centimetre by 5 centimetre or the 26 by 2 inch. Now, on this, what you have to do with A, the first thing is you have to fold the ends in twice for the neat edge on the end.
Right.
So if we use our seams right, my little Bible, apart from my seam ripper, what I can do is measure 1/4 of an inch in, because this is a real good tool. It fits in your bag and it's really good.
Do you know what this would fit in your purse? It's like a card, isn't it? It's
so
almost
if
like a... We've just got this back in stock, so this
I
sold
know.
out previously. We've managed to get it back on the show today.
Right, so what this is capable of is...
Do us a demo. Do you want a pen?
Right, there we go. So, in the middle, you've got your buttonhole. So straight away, you've got a hole for your buttonhole. So that's an inch buttonhole. So if you've got one's 1/2 inch, it shows 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and an inch for buttonholes.
So you could mark that on for
just mark
dressmaking,
them, yeah,
or
anything. And then what you can do then is measure, say, an inch between, because on this actual multi-tool, you've got an inch marking there.
Ah, yes.
You've got 3/4 of an inch there. You've got 1/2 an inch
Tick that
there.
up a bit. That's it.
Okay. You've got 1 1/8. Then you've got your 1/4 there. Your 5/8 there, which is one that you'll use a lot. 5/8 is that one there as well. then your 5/8 is there.
So it's about saving time. You can butt that up against the fabric. And
what's great about this is that when you're sewing at home, if you want to keep using your 5/8 and measure it or measure anything, with tape measures you're getting all twisted and bended. With this, you can literally straight in, and like that's your 5/8. So it's just so handy to have, and that's an
so rather than going through that process of having to go, oh, where's my 5/8? Measure that.
And of course, with the tape measure as well, you've got the metal bit on the end, so you lose that first quarter.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, you're straight onto it.
If you wanted, so you can just, for the accuracy and for making sure you can mark that really, you know, quickly and just easily.
It's ideal.
Oh, this is flying out already. Apparently it always does. It's a very popular tool on the show.
That's your 3/8 there.
So even if you've got those tiny, you know, like your 1/4 inches, because this is back in stock, this is obviously already very popular, but this, you know, it is just so easy to take with you. It's a really small little gadget that's just going to make your life that much easier.
Corners, even going round corners. Do you know what I mean? Measuring like your 5/8 round a corner.
If you wanted to add something on for a seam allowance,
it's wonderful. So we're going to use that now. So let me pop that out the way.
Okay.
So if we say go over, because we've got to do it twice so we get the neat edge. So if we say 1/4 inch there.
Yep.
So that's your 1/4 inch there at the end of the green. Here then, you've got a good mark because it's check. So that's your 1/4, see?
Yeah.
And then if we fold it again, and
you can check your 1/4 up.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then we could stick a pin in there.
Particularly with those tiny small measurements, 1/4 inch on a tape measure is such a small thing to, you know, to try and get that in there and measure that up against, because that's just clearly marked.
It's so clear. Oh, it's lovely.
Just to pop it up against it.
This is lovely.
Need you say any more?
Well, as soon as we had it, the first time I used it on the show, I thought, oh, gotta have me one of them. So, because it's so handy.
Do you use the buttonhole feature on that as well?
Yeah,
quite a lot.
Yeah, because you can measure them so quick. Because with tailor's tack, like I've always been, for my buttonholes, I've always done tailor's tacks, but the tailor's tacks get the actual thread, you can sew over it, and then you have trouble getting them out when you're doing a buttonhole.
To pull it and
Whereas
remove
with
it.
that, with marking it, it's ever so easy. And sometimes, if you do lose your markings and you've got that to hand and it's a buttonhole, it's just there for you. And it goes up to 1 inch. And 9 times out of 10, buttonholes you don't go above 1 inch.
No.
Only if you're making a coat or you're going for the big button.
A big chunky button, but generally your buttons, like, you know, like a general button size is going to, so for your toy making, your quilting or anything like that. So we marked over 1/4 inch, we folded that over twice, we've pinned it, now we're going to feed that through the machine.
Just going to machine this. Hang on, not on. Do you know why I'm not on? Because I'm still on the
Gingham always reminds me of summer dresses at school, you know, in the summer term when you get your school dress.
School dress. I must admit, my school dress weren't like that.
Weren't they? They use Gingham for school dresses, I think, just because they wash really well, don't they? And they look smart. And
yeah, the red ones, they look lovely.
I had a green one.
Oh,
green,
did you?
Yeah, green Gingham.
Green. And there's red.
Yeah, producer.
There's the yellow as well.
Hayley just said. I didn't forget your name. Producer Hayley just said that she used to have a red one.
A red one. Amy has a red one. My own. So that's that done.
Okay.
Now there is a lot to this bag, so
both ends, this is what we're creating at the moment is this, isn't it? This pink part, if I just show you on the bag. So it's this actual, the drawstring where your ribbon's going to feed through. So we're creating that channel to push the ribbon through. So it's just creating that part there. If you can just see as I feed that round. And here you can see where that ribbon just pops out of that.
that's it.
Did you use all the materials, so 1.5 meters for this?
Most of it.
Most of it?
Most of it, yeah.
Okay.
So what we've got to do now is we've got to fold wrong sides together and we've got to press down the strip. So if I can again come behind you. So we have to press that down. Like I say, it's more about the pressing on this.
Yeah.
So
again, even after the cutting out, it's also just about preparing all the different sections, and then it's the assembly, isn't it, and putting it together.
So, but it is, and once you know what you're doing, and like I made it yesterday, you can I'd make him quicker now. I think it's one of them projects. Once you know what you're doing, it's one that you can make quite quick, and you could make a few of them, and it's a project. I'd never get bored of making this. No. Because also you're using different skills, aren't you? Particularly with those pockets where you're creating that depth in them with like the pleats. Yes. You've got the drawstring, you've got your interfacing, you're using all different, and because it's circles as well, you're working with curves, and quite nice to use those different skills. We've got some different kits. So the one that we're working with at the moment is the buttons design, paired with that navy gingham that I was just talking about. And then also you get 4 metres of your lovely ribbon, your navy ribbon. You get your navy thread and your interfacing. And you get a metre and a half of the fabric in total, which is enough to make the caddy. And then the one that you can see here is another colour option. So that's your pink, and then you've got really that's your 50s floral. So you've got your navies and soft blues and pinks in that one, and that comes with a grey ribbon. So that's just another colourway option if you wanted to make something a bit more just a different design. So that's that option there. So now we're pressing. So this is the actual drawstring in fabric B. So this part. This is the part. Yeah. That's this part here. We just keep doing swaps. We're going to be doing this a lot, I think. It's that part here. So the pink part is this the gingham channel that we just created. Now we're just creating this section here. That's it. So what we're going to do now is we are going to attach fabric A strip to the fabric B, and we're going to go along. And if you notice, it's about 1 centimetre either side less. Should be about 1 centimetre either side less than the other side. Yep. Okay. I might have to adjust that a bit. And then what you do then, with right sides together, you attach the raw edges of them. Because that's so we're putting the right sides of the... Right sides. Yeah. And we're sandwiching A in between. That's the only way I can describe it, by sandwiching A in between. You know, the fabric. Yeah. So at this point, if you had directional fabric, you'd want to make sure it was the right way up. If you're with this one, you don't want your flowers, going. You want to make sure that they're. You don't have to. No. Whereas that one I did, I had to make sure everything was the right way up. So yeah, be careful of that. So we're just sandwiching these together. Sandwiching them together, pinning them, and then we're going to sew 3 sections together. Are you just going to sew that along that straight edge? Yeah. So would it now be a good time for me to go and do fabrics? Yeah. Okay, I'll put back in a moment. Yeah, so just lovely. You do that and I'll be back in a sec. So I'll do this now. If I just then sew it ready. You're going to finish and then if I then just sew it down. Okay. And that's it, and that's as far as I go. Okay, we can leave you to that. So we've got 4 different bundles with these today. We've got 1.5 metres of fabric in each, paired with your ribbon, your interfacing and your thread. So I'll show you first of all, we've got that buttons and navy one that's on your screen. So it's the gingham and also the Notions fabric, which is that classic button print. It's got a vintagey feel to that, very traditional. And that's $24.95. Then my favourite one I'm going to show you first of all. We've only had this on the show once before. I'd never seen it until this morning. This is actually the most popular as well. So it's a really lovely, it looks like a weave of red and grey ribbons and rickrack. So this is, you get a metre of this one. Isn't that pretty? You've got those diamond shape created by the red ribbon, but also it just looks woven, all threaded through across each other. Wendy's already bought this morning. Janis, well done. I'm glad you've managed. Hilary, Bernadette, it's really lovely. Lots of people buying this morning. I'm glad you like it too. So it's that nice crisp white background with that sewing detail with the polka dots and the gingham on the ribbon too. So you get 1 metre of this one, and then we've paired that with 0.5 metre of this polka dot. So it's a lovely soft grey polka dot, which just works really well. If I show you those together, they're looking like this. You can just see there. They match really well.
the polka dot in that pattern matching the ribbon polka dot on the rickrack fabric. So you've got 1.5 meters of that in total. Then you've got a red thread with that one, so just that perfect match to the red ribbon. You've got 1 meter square of interfacing, so we've used that, for example, to strengthen the handles and some other different elements of the bag. And then also you've got a ribbon, it's the grey ribbon with that one, which I can show you here. A nice soft grey with that cream sashing and that sort of stitching around the edges. It's 15 millimeters wide. I love that with this. If you just see, I'm just going to show you those together. You can just see. So you've got more ribbon there than you would need probably for that whole drawstring bag. So you could have some left over, pop it in your hair. Then the next one we've got is another one from the Notions range. So instead of the buttons, you've got a tape measure option. So this one here is a really traditional tape measure print. You've got all those fabrics, those numbers running through the fabric. So you can just see that. It's in a yellow with a nice black, really definite numbers on there. Perfect for this sewing project if you've got a sewing room or you were creating this bag to take to sewing classes or to workshops and exhibitions. So this is the tape measure design. You get 1 meter of this one, and then you're getting 0.5 meter of a red gingham. So producer Hayley's school uniform colour. So that's that lovely classic red ribbon gingham there. Oh, this one's now the most popular. Is it changed? Oh no, the rickrack one's still in the lead. The rickrack's still in the lead. And you've got a red thread again with that one. And you've got a black ribbon with that. So you've got that cream sashing. I'm just going to show you that with the tape measure fabric because it really does work well together. If you can see there. Just that the thread all stitched around that ribbon matching really well with the tape measure fabric. And also you're interfacing with that £24.95 for that colour option too. The Tidy Caddy Bundle tape measure design TXGC51 for that bundle. Our next one, this is the one that we've been working with in this hour. So it's the, again from that Notions range with those classic iconic buttons, all different designs scattered across the fabric in all different colours and shapes, which is really nice. It's a really appealing fabric. You can see that the nice shell and floral designs. As you look at that, I spot different ones every time. This is the one Janis is working with at the moment. So you have 1 meter of that, and then 0.5 meter of this navy gingham, so a nice traditional navy. That's that one there. Really good quality. These ginghams are really soft. All of the fabrics are really, really soft, actually. 100% cotton. Lovely to work with. This particular bundle, you can't see the colour of the ribbon there, but it is navy. You're getting of that. It's a one. Let's keep it that way. This is the one that we've already made the caddy in. So this is your lovely pink and navy. This is your 50s floral. So I'll open this one out here. Let's just open it out so you can see a bit more of the print. So lovely soft pinks. Oh, it's upside down. Let me turn it round. So it's like a tulip pattern there in both a sort of a nice soft circle shape and then the more angular triangle in navy and pink. So you get 1 meter of that one. So it would be, this is double that, so you get loads of fabric. And then with that, we've paired that with a lovely soft pink, a Spectrum Solid. You can see that there on your screens. And that one comes with a Gutermann pink thread and the grey ribbon with that one. So let's just show you the caddy as well in those colours. So you can see that sort of in action if you wanted to see what it looks like. So all paired together, it comes together like this. So you can see that lovely pink there peeping through on the main body of the caddy and on the inside and on the base. And then you've got that 50s floral in your handle and all those pockets and that grey ribbon there too. So that pattern is taken from the Debbie Shaw. It's from the Love to Sew series, and this is sewing room accessories, so it's all things that are perfect for your sewing room or to take to sewing classes. So I'll just show you some of the different things in this book, a quick flick through. So as we go through this, you've got pin cushions. Let's just at the beginning. Here you go. So you've got that lovely sort of double layer pin cushion there, the pumpkin pin cushion. You've got a ribbon stash, so a lovely envelope there for keeping your buttons and ribbons together. You've got a sewing case. Loads of inspiration for your sewing room or to store your haberdashery and notions. Here it is. This is the tidy caddy that we're creating this morning. So each sort of project lists, you've got 15 projects, and it lists your materials, your tools, and your step-by-step instructions all the way through. And with photography as well to sort of annotate that, so you can go and look at the references of how you get from A to B. And then that cutting mat carry case, which we've made previously on the show. A tool roll, loads of different things in there. So that is MTSP62, only $6.95 for that book from Debbie. Loads of inspiration, so perfect for your sewing storage. Let's take the caddy and head back over to Janis so we can carry on. So we got up to making this section on the top.
All I've done is actually machine down, centimetre in, all the way to the end, okay?
Yep.
So then what they do, you open it out and then you press the seam down. So if I just get behind you again, I could have done this when you were talking.
No, that's
but
okay.
I
We didn't want to skip it. It's better to do it where we can see what we're doing. So we're just pulling that back and pressing it.
And pressing it through. So, and again, it's how much you want to do. I mean, you could top stitch this, or do you know what I mean? It's all according to how much in the design you want to do with it, really. So once that's pressed,
okay.
Sorry,
that's okay.
You press that back down again, and then you just hold it down, and then you actually enclose the sides just a centimetre again. But you've got to make sure you don't catch that in. So it's just
when we placed that channel for the drawstring on, we made sure it was a centimetre gap either end, so it's not going to be encased in that.
And once it's turned, it should. Yeah. So if I just do that quickly on both sides down the machine. And then we start on the pockets.
That's the fun bit.
So that's the fun bit.
What's great about those pockets too, well, when we get to them, is that you could do them in different sizes as well. So if you wanted to, pop your scissors or pens or something narrower, you could make a smaller pocket. Then you could make a wider one if you had perhaps a pattern that you wanted to pop in the front or something like that.
So if I just cut that like so, make sure that's not caught in at the end, which it isn't.
We made it, that's good.
That's something on there that would happen, which would be typical. So, only on live TV.
If it's going to happen, it would happen now. Of course it would.
Just make sure. I'm just going to make sure and go out of it so it doesn't.
We're clear.
That's it. Fingers crossed. And then what we do, turn it right side out. Yeah.
Yes, good stuff.
Whoops, it's nearly fallen over there. Turn it out, and then you can press it again. Or again, should I say.
Okay.
So that's it. So if I just quickly press it again, like I say, it's a lot of pressing as well on this project.
Okay.
And you'll see
we just
why
have to avoid that mat. You have to think, you don't want to melt the mat.
I'm always melting something.
Do you know, not with your new iron?
No.
Don't melt things with the new iron.
Do you know what I normally melt? Tape measures, because they're always around my neck.
Oh, really? Just sort of end up draping onto the
I always have a tape measure around my neck. I haven't today because of the mic, but normally, and I can't tell you the amount of tape measures I've melted.
Janis has got a new steam iron, if you didn't hear her say earlier. So she doesn't want to be ruining that.
Oh, I love my steam iron. Right then, so now what we've got to do on here, if you remember, we've got to join.
We're going to make one big long strip.
Yeah.
Or two, actually, so we can put them together. So it needed to be, was it 62 centimetres? So two 31 centimetre pieces.
So that's inches. What did I say? It's
inches, yes, you're right.
62 158 by 15 centimetres. That's it.
So just because you don't sometimes have that width in the fabric, if you needed to create the longer strip, Janis has just done that as two 31-inch pieces to make the 62-inch.
So
width.
Again, I'm just going to use a centimetre.
20 minutes left.
Right. Should be okay. So that's the one. And then the second one.
So just creating that nice long strip for the top.
The other one. That's it. Okay. So we do this first.
Wrong sides together.
Wrong sides together, yeah. Double check. That's it.
If you wanted to add sort of embellishments to a project like this, you could add rickrack, or you could add even those little pom-poms, couldn't you? If you wanted to, that would
the
be
pom-poms
really,
just about this morning to make it more exciting. Whoops.
And also we've got this button detail. We haven't got to it yet, but there are a couple of different button options. We've used this lovely little floral here to go with that 50s floral pack that we've got. So there are some different button options. We've got some wooden buttons, if you wanted to use those. Or these would be really lovely with that grey rickrack pack, or the tape measure one where you've got the red gingham. So the one on your screen at the moment is that white scalloped button, and that little floral one that's got almost a sort of a pearlescent look to it.
That's it then.
Okay.
So what you have to do then, you have to attach the one strip to the other and machine down it.
So again, right sides together.
Yeah, right sides together. And on this, I actually joined the centre seam. I actually picked up the seam and opened them out, so they were smack on, if you know what I mean.
Let's just show you.
So
I'll just show
I'm
that
just opening the seam, that side and that side.
Okay, I'm just going to hold that up so we can see there. So Janice just met those two from the two different pieces of fabric, just bringing those together.
Just to be neat,
those two centre seams there and there.
And then we'll stick a pin in. And then what we're going to do, we're going to machine down. They call it the long end in the book. So we're just going to machine down,
that length,
joining them. And after that then, what we do is we have to turn it round. But I pressed it again first. And then you turn it round, and then you have to edge stitch it as well. Now this
just to give it a finish.
Yeah. Now this is the part where if you've got a pattern to the actual bag and the fabric, you've got to make sure it's the right side.
If you've got
this is where
a directional fabric, this is where you need to check that you've got
the right way up. So just make sure that
you don't want the flowers growing down. If you've got it's floral, it needs to be sort of moving upwards, doesn't it? Or if it's a bold pattern.
Yeah.
It really is a deceivingly big storage caddy, actually. As I showed you at the beginning, when you open up that drawstring, if I open that right out, there's loads of space in there. You could fit loads of, you could even store fat quarters in there.
But the beauty of this is it doesn't take a lot of fabric.
To make? 1.5 meters? No, it's good, isn't it?
Because if you think about it, if you didn't want the contrast, do you know what I mean?
You could just do it in one fabric. Absolutely.
But I like the contrast.
It's quite nice. I particularly like it here on the top, where you get that sort of sandwich of the pink and the floral in the middle. It is nice to use the contrasting fabrics.
It is nice to use.
And then obviously you've got that different one on the inside there.
But it's all about strips, really. Apart from the little circle, and the circle's not that big. Is it an 8-inch across? That's not a big circle.
Other than that, it's all straight. Despite the fact it's a cylinder, it's all straight lines.
It's all straight lines. So then if we just machine down there, a centimetre again.
We have actually got a circle cutter on the website as well, which is really popular for cutting circles. Have you used that before?
No.
But it's just really great for creating that. You'd love it. For making those really accurate circles. If you're doing that regularly, creating those shapes, and it's taking a bit of time, it's a good investment for creating your circles.
Just whizzing down. Just whizzing down. It's great since I put the guide marks on sewing machines because
you can just follow those.
You follow them. So when I was showing my friend Anne how to make a jacket the other day, she was going along, and then I said, "Did I tell you about your markings on your sewing machine?" She said, "No." She said, "I've kept
trying to guess."
She said, "Why didn't you come ages ago?" Because she's been making toys. And that's good. But she's never attempted
Never done them before.
No. And
Does she watch the show?
Yeah, she does.
Probably watching.
So-
Morning. Hi, Anne.
But yeah, and she's worked in a council all her life, and her sewing is fantastic.
Really?
Yeah,
Just one of those, like
she's
a
only
passion
started
rather than...
sewing a couple of years ago.
But that's the thing as well, you can take it up at any point in your life. You know, perhaps you did it when you were younger and you've not had the time to do it through perhaps bringing up a family or working or any of those things.
You didn't get, so I could never have time
to do the things that you're passionate about. And when you do have that time,
and now I love it.
You know, you don't stop. Or if you know, perhaps if you are really busy, it's just finding that time to squeeze in a little quick project. Like the Skittles from this morning. That's a nice quick project, something you can do. Kitchen table in the evening, quickly whip it out.
So what we have to do now is just, I'll quickly press the seam open, because if you press the seam open at this time, when you turn it, you get a good finish for the edge stitch.
Okay, so it's worth doing.
Press at this time. Sorry, it's a big tube, isn't it?
Just keep wafting it out. You turned into John Scott.
Wafting out the way. I know, our John. I love him, our John.
He's had a few days off, actually. I don't know if he's in... Is he in tomorrow or is Natasha in tomorrow?
Has he been on holiday?
I'm not too sure. We'll find out who's in tomorrow. Yeah. Natasha is back in with you tomorrow morning.
Natasha.
Oh, no, it's not. We've got that wrong. It's John. John's back in tomorrow.
Oh, John's tomorrow. My buddy. But all the presenters are so lovely, though.
Oh, it's just so lovely to meet all the different designs. Everyone, you know, has different things that they really like doing or like making or different tips. You just pick up different things from different people. That's what's so lovely about having...
It's amazing because you could just start sewing and you know exactly what to do by watching people.
Oh, there's a message here for Janis as well, actually. I also melt tapes, but I have a habit of cutting the ends off my tapes as well. That's from Marie in Cornwall. Well, I'm glad Janis isn't the only one.
Oh, we all do it, don't we?
You're only human.
It's right, isn't it? That's what makes life so exciting. We're all different, but we do the same things, don't we? We do the same things.
And when you do something like that, something daft, you think, it's easy to give yourself a hard time for doing it, isn't it? Actually, you're not the only person in the world to have melted a tape measure or to cut the ends off.
If you look, see, because that's pressed open, you get
Let me just show that really sharp edge finish.
So you get
you can see here, where that's been pressed, you just get that really lovely, sharp, professional finish. It's sort of come together to create that nice tight edge. Beautiful. Let's carry on.
Let's carry on. Nice edge, but do it quick.
Yes, we've got about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Because now this is your pocket. Let's get into that crease. Yeah, if we can.
This is the main bit it would just be good to get to, is showing how we create that pocket shape.
Yeah.
Because we might not get all the way through, but...
Just trying to... It is a big project, this is. It's...
A few different elements to it.
Worth it.
Also, as well, if you weren't, doing it on the telly, you could take your time and just enjoy it and do it slowly, couldn't you? And
so I'm not really
do a bit
at the
time.
edge now. I'm just. So then, if we just edge stitch.
And all the details for this are in that Debbie Shaw sewing book. So it's the sewing room accessories with your tool rolls, and you've got an ironing board cover and all different options for storage. It's the one on your screen, MTSP62. And then the one on your screen there, that was the fabric bundle that we're working with. So it's that Notions buttons fabric with the navy gingham and the lovely grey ribbon, well, navy ribbon actually as well with that bundle. So you can see that there.
So what I'm doing,
we've also got a metre square of interfacing, sorry Janis, and your thread too. So $24.95 for that one. FCGC 38.
So what I'm doing now is just doing the edge stitch. So I'm sewing an 1/8 of an inch seam on the sewing machine.
Okay.
So that's what I'm just skimming down.
An 1/8. An 1/8 inch. So that is really close to the.
So all I'm looking at is the 8th line, so that I don't go off through there.
You're making that look easy. I don't think I'd have been able to keep it that close to the edge. You've done that, you really are whizzing that through.
Done it so long, haven't I? So
don't think twice. How long have you been sewing, Janis?
42 years.
42 years. Learned a lot. No wonder you were full of hints and tips.
Slightly.
But also as well, what I think is lovely with sewing is that it's a sort of hobby that you can keep with you throughout any phase of your life. You know, perhaps if you start it as even as a child, but as you go through, just different projects that take your fancy as you get older, or you start to make for other people in your family, or as gifts.
Well, I was making for my Amy, you see. So when she was going to school discos and everything, so I've always sewn.
Just made sort of clothes for her, and then.
So what you have to do now is for your pockets, you have to fold it in half. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is now starting your pockets. So you fold it in half and press, and you have to fold it into quarters.
How many pockets in total? Is it 8?
8.
So we're just creating here. You can see these really nice, all different. All nice different depth pockets there. And we've not interfaced those, have we? That's just material.
Just material. Give it a good press both sides.
So we've folded that into quarters.
That's it. So now you've got should have our markings. So then, with an actual marker pen, you then draw down. To do this with your fabric marker down the lines.
Okay. We've only got about 5 minutes to finish this one off, so if we just hopefully get through the pockets, that would be great. I know, sorry, pressure.
No, I'm going to just do that down there. Okay, then that one.
So just marking on all those lines that we just pressed in there.
Because that's what you're going to machine down, you see.
Okay.
So, and then that. So then what you do, you get your last...
That's also just a wipeable marker that Janis is using. She's not just drawing on the fabric with a felt tip pen. That's the one on your screen, £2.45 for that one.
Then you get your side piece. And you have to do exactly the same, what you did with that, to the side piece, making it into length.
Yeah.
So you have to fold it.
So we don't sew these two together? Oh no, it's already folded in half, so this is a strip like that. Yeah.
This is the one side. So then you do the other side.
One side of this is interfaced.
Yeah, if this is the interface side, you do it too as well. And that side. And then you open it up, and then you attach that and match it to exactly what you've got on here.
So although these look a lot wider, it's because we're going to fold that in to create the depth of the pocket. So
what you're going to do, you're literally going to say pin that, start that side. Oh, hang on, no, wrong side. That's it, because that's got to be at the top
edge on the
edge,
top,
where the edge stitch is. So you'd machine down there.
I see what we're going to do.
And
we're going to fold those
that in to that line there.
That pressed line.
Yep. And mark it. And then you go along and go along, matching.
So it's going to be basically the fabric that's making the actual pocket is going to be double the length of the main body of the actual bag. So just creating, so you've got that space to, fit things actually into the pocket.
That's it. And then what you do then, you go along, and then you open it up and you press it flat.
Yeah.
But what I did, I actually folded that.
It's quite boxy, isn't it, actually?
Yeah.
It's almost like a pleat.
So it's that. Well, that's what you're making. It's like a pleat you're making. And then you do that on each pocket, like so, bringing them down. And then you measure them so they're the same size. And then you'll machine right down
to hold that in.
Yeah, and then you fold it in half. So once you've done that and you've gone down your side seams, you tube this, and then you add your base to the tube at the bottom.
So when you just pinned those lines.
So we pin this down. Well,
would you
don't
stitch
pin that line. It's that you're stitching. No, you stitch that line where your mark is.
Would you stitch that before you fold? That's what I meant. Sorry. Yes. So the next step would be once you've pinned, would be to stitch those vertical lines.
Then you make your pocket flat.
Yeah.
Then you sew down.
to encapsulate, basically to hold that in.
But you'll make them all the same width and sew them down, but you don't sew the sides down here.
No, you're just sewing
you
this
just
part.
sew that part down. That holds it into place.
I'm with you.
Then you machine the bottom once you've done it all and got it all straight.
Okay.
Then you tube it.
So then we create that circle.
And you create the circle, and then you actually put your base on to the one.
And that's how we then get to this point where you've got this circle here, your pocket's sitting there on your main body of the caddy.
And then you do the same with this. You tube this, attach your base, and then what you have to do then is attach the top bit here.
That section that we made onto there.
Yeah, but
I can see the pieces are all there. I can see in my head how that comes together. I can visualise it.
But the tube, you have to make sure your lining's inside, because when the tube's up like that, if I just take it and show you, you have to apply this one and join it like that, going round.
To create your circle.
To create the circle round. But in between there, you actually put your drawstring piece.
The ribbon.
So, you know the drawstring, you've attached that in between the lining and the other part, you put it in the middle, so it's like that.
So you're sandwiching that in.
So you're sandwiching that in between the lining, the inner line, the front and the lining.
Okay.
It's ever so hard to explain.
And the instructions are all in the book, so although Janis is trying to talk through it, it is all spoken through there as well.
Explain it, but you do have to join it like that, and then you turn all the fabric, but you leave a gap, you see, to fold it all through to the other side.
And also someone's just messaged in, they've made this and they put pockets on the inside as well and said that worked really well. They didn't leave a name, but thank you, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
you could have inside and outside with your pockets there.
It's a lovely bag.
So we're actually approaching the end of our show today. We always run out of time, but thank you so much, Janis, for going through that with us this morning. So this was the storage caddy that we were making in this hour. That was from the Debbie Shaw book. You can see that there on your screen. FCGC 38. Now the one you can see on your screen there is the buttons and gingham fabric. That's the one that we've been working with in this hour. So that's the Notions range. You've got those really traditional vintage buttons and the navy gingham. Then your next one is the one that's in the caddy itself. So you've got this lovely pink and then also that 50s floral in the navy and soft pink there. All $24.95, again with your thread and ribbon. And then there are two other options, your rickrack grey and your red, which has a red ribbon and a lovely red thread as well, and it's got some detail with the gingham and also the polka dot. SWGC 17, that's your floral. The one on the bottom, EIGC 52, is that rickrack and red one. So, well, we've finished. We've got to the end of today's show. It's really lovely. We're on a mission to get through to the end today. And I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got those purses, fantastic. Send us a picture and we'll try to get them back in stock again soon. We'll see you very soon.
Yeah, bye. Bye-bye.
Follow us on Instagram. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to get our latest posts. Sewing Quarter is at the very heart of sewing as we bring you all things sewing and quilting. The team behind us live and breathe sewing day to day. We strive to bring you exclusive offers, exciting live demonstrations, and most importantly, we will custom cut fabric to your specification in our very own cutting room. We will also be bringing you TV exclusives that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So come and join us today at the Sewing Quarter.
Welcome to the Sewing Quarter!